and defend that man and say you can't say that he's racist and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
I
So
just
when
find
did
it
that happen?
amazing.
So when
Wow.
did that happen?
Wow. The first conversation I ever had about you was about your inability to see harm being done to black
When
children.
did
And I've had that
talking about
conversation
what you
twice.
based as an example.
Okay,
When
so
did that happen?
well, we spoke about it on that day. If we go back to that day, you'll see it come up. And
Jog
we
my
spoke about it
memory.
the second time. I don't remember the exact details of the case, of who the child was, but I always bring up, I personally brought up the 15-year-old who got his teeth smashed out, who got smashed through a kebab shop window. I personally brought that up.
I
And you
don't recall that
you
at all.
displayed the same level of insensitivity that you always display towards people who are black.
So you think that I'm insensitive? Why?
Yeah.
That was the first comment I made. It's mad how some people are sensitive about the silliest
So what
things.
do you want me to do? Start crying?
That's why I don't
Pardon?
treat them with kids' gloves.
Would you say, what do I want you to do?
And they
Start
need to be
crying?
treated.
I think
I wasn't.
any
Whoa, stop a minute.
kid
Stop.
attacked
I wasn't
is
asking you to do
And
anything.
the only time that I can recall
Look at that.
ever talking about a child getting harmed was actually that young boy that got beat up and burnt. I think he got burnt, then knocked down. That's it. And actually, I was
about police.
to him. So go and get the stream,
Police.
matey.
Chavna.
Go and get the stream,
Listen,
matey.
what do you mean go and get the stream? Is that you're talking? You realize you're a grown woman, and I'm talking about recorded events that other people viewed that I've spoke to you about on multiple occasions.
Yes, because you
So
like
I know, but
biases.
Pardon?
You prop
Say
up
that again?
people's bias.
I want to know when you've
Wow.
ever won a debate. When did you win a debate?
Can you stop jumping around? Can you stop jumping around? I made a very specific statement. I made a very specific statement in a response
I just told you that you're lying.
No. I made a very specific statement in response to what you said. I wasn't propping up anything Maku said.
So what did I
You
say?
made a statement. Yeah,
go on.
you made a statement, and I was like, wow, it's mad how some people are so sensitive about these silly little things, but yet they can't see harm being done to black children. That wasn't propping up Maku. I was responding to you, trying to act like a victim to divert from the fact that you were getting hammered in a conversation.
Let's try a different tactic. What evidence can you bring to say that I wouldn't care if a child of colour got
You're slow, man.
Your comments, the things that you say on the live streams that are recorded.
What comments?
Well, your comments, Jupiter, the ones you're known for.
Which are?
The same comments you make that makes bearer the viewers see that you can't see harm being done to black people. Those comments.
That's ridiculous. I've always said racism in this country.
Is it?
I believe that black people
are
racist as well as white people.
But you don't see harm being done to black people, though.
And that's what.
But you don't see harm being done. You don't identify harm being done to black people, though. You just don't see it.
Yeah,
when harm's being done to black people, no, you don't. You see the possibility that the officer was acting lawfully. That's what you see.
Yeah, she don't
you
mind
see that we can't jump to conclusions. That's
what
you see. That's what you say.
What are you talking about?
Wow. Do you know what?
Officer?
Do you know what, Jupiter? I've watched Jedi get sucked in. I've watched Maku get sucked in. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna
emotional fucking bullshit. So you're better than them, yeah? You're better than them. Yeah?
Wow.
So I finessed you other black men. You're not going to be finessed.
You ain't finesse no one.
Finesse? I never said finesse. I don't
know about all of that.
Shit.
And with your wrinkle pussy,
you don't even control of your own delivery of your own ideas.
She mad.
You're literally reacting and talking shit. Like you didn't finesse anything. You don't even finesse your own words out of your mouth.
Shirley and Pat in one person. No, you must.
They literally just roll out of your mouth like diarrhea. You're talking about finesse.
Crackers, mate. Oh.
So what do you think of the whites getting killed in South Africa?
What? You don't even have a right to ask, mate.
Oh,
you're Chavna.
You don't sound very sympathetic. Why not?
Shut up, man. You're a witch at that.
You're a racist.
What's the witch got to do?
Your question implies that I have a problem with white people.
No, it doesn't. I'm asking
yes,
you,
it does.
quite honestly, what do you think about white people being run out of South Africa?
I think they should have gone a long time. Long
You
time.
see, there you go. So you're a race
Yeah.
nut as well.
Wow. Wow. I'm not South African. It's not based on nationalism. It's based on history, you donut. But because you can't see harm being done to black people, all you see
So
is
when did
innocent white people
anybody
getting run out of South Africa. There's no innocent white people in South Africa, bro. Are you mad?
200 years ago.
Say that again.
Why should people of today pay for fucking mistakes of other people that are long dead?
Are we changing conversations again?
No, we're not changing conversations.
Okay, so
We're
explain to
talking
me
about-
what and explain to
You
me
don't
what
mind being
ended
racist to white
200 years
people.
ago.
You want all white people to feel sorry for you.
Listen, Jupiter,
Why?
you're acting. Listen, right now you are acting like a stupid cow. Okay, I wasn't being racist to white people. You asked me what I think. No, I wasn't.
Because those
Okay,
white
explain
people
how.
that are alive
Explain
today
how.
are not the ones responsible.
Of course they're responsible. Do you know what responsible means?
Yeah. So tell me how they're
So how are they
responsible.
not responsible? How are they? You tell me how they're not.
Because they're not the ones that fucking took over the country.
Yes, they are, and their descendants. Are you crazy? Like when I was a kid in the 80s, have you forgot what was going on in South Africa in the 80s? Have you forgot what was going on in the 90s, in the 2000s, in the 2010s, and now what's still going on? They're just pushing out certain people now. So what are you talking about? What ended 200 years ago? What ended 200 years ago? What ended? What ended?
The little 3-year-old that got burnt and raped fucking 2 years
disgusting.
ago.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
No, that's not nice.
Disgusting.
No.
That's disgusting. That's disgusting.
No.
That is disgusting. You don't hold 3-year-olds responsible. You hold adults responsible. Children, you don't hold responsible. That's common sense. Why are you asking that? I see harm being done to white people. I see harm being done to white people. But if there's white people making trouble and they get hurt, I can't stand up for them.
I never said
can't
that.
stand up for you.
Well, yes, because they don't stand up for
You're talking
you.
about white South Africans. Are you serious? Are you serious?
Yes, why? Because they don't stand up for you.
I don't agree with violence. Full stop.
Oh, please. No one cares if you agree with violence. Violence exists and is sometimes used and is sometimes necessary. Yeah?
No, only in self-defense, mate. That's what I believe.
Look, so I blame the history. I blame the history. I blame the history user taught in secondary school. I blame it on that.
You only think violence should be used in self-defense, but you are proud of your violent history, your murdering, raping history, all the children that were murdered and raped as part of your history. You're so proud of.
Yeah, what you're saying. Do it one at a time.
Yeah, you heard what I was saying. You just pretended. You deflected.
You had someone talking over the top of you.
I said you think violence should only be used in self-defense, but yet you're so proud of your violent, murderous, raping history, wherein millions of children have been murdered and raped. And you're proud of it. You're proud of it. You're proud of it, though.
What are you talking about? I'm not responsible for what other
You are proud of it. Okay? You are proud of it. Your British history, you've said it many times.
I'm proud to be British, yeah, why not?
Yeah, right. Okay, cool. That's all I said. That's all I said. You're proud of it. So you're proud of violence, murder, and rape, and pillage. You're proud of it.
British. But you're saying
European. She's European.
You want to demoralise British people for what purpose?
Say that again. Sorry, let her speak. Sorry, Sniper, what did you say about British people?
I said, why would you want to demoralise British people? For what purpose?
You keep jumping around. I wasn't talking about demoralisation. I was responding. I am
going to sum it up for you the way I see it.
No, you asked me a question. I'll answer it. Yeah. I wasn't talking about demoralisation. I was responding to your point that you made that you think violence should only be used as a last resort. And I said, yeah, you're so proud of your you're murdering, raping British history, yet you think violence should only be used as a last resort. Like, it doesn't make sense. You've said it many times. Why shouldn't I be proud to be British? Yes, right, exactly. And what does that mean, you donut? Like, what does that mean?
Do you want me to explain it? Do you want me to explain it?
I want you to attempt to.
So, there are people, many people in this world, in fact, I would say 100% of the people that are not perfect, because man is not born perfect.
Oh, here we go.
100% of people.
Because they all have flaws. Everybody has flaws.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that when they do bad things that they're right or correct. But they can still be proud of themselves if they've done more good in the world.
If you're proud of rape and murder, if you're proud of rape and murder, I am
proud of myself, and I am proud to be British because I think British people have done a lot of good in the world.
But are you proud of the British history?
Rape and pillage, you weirdo.
Have they also?
For good or for ill, are you proud of the British history, Jupiter? For good or for ill, are you proud of the British history?
Not all British history is bad.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
I mean, but Michael, when you start from Ireland all the way up to when they were fucking demoted as an empire, they're bastards, and you can't deny it.
Are you mad, Jupiter?
In 1066, before 1066, actually, the Dublin port was built in Ireland to ship out
white Vikings. Listen, don't talk.
Irish people were complicit in shipping out.
There we go. So you wanna divert and say Irish people were too.
I said it on this stream before. St. Patrick was a slave. We know about the slaves that were taken from your coast by Irish raiders before 1066. We all know about it, right?
Right, there we go then. So there's
hold on. Actually, it was way before 1066 because
that is not guilty of some.
Are you going to listen?
No one cares, bro. No one cares about that. We're talking about you and your country. Yeah.
She never even
diverted.
About you and your country. What country?
Do it. Let's do it.
You're going back 1,000 years to excuse your racism.
My country, Dublin. Let her talk about me and my country. This shows how uneducated she is. Talk to me about me and my country.
I don't know. I said what country you from.
I don't fucking have one because of your British history, you weirdo. I don't have a country. I was born in prison here. I was born in prison here.
Are you trying to say that you're a descendant of slaves?
No.
What then?
He's saying that he's.
I told you I was born here. I don't have a country.
British country.
Right, so you're British.
Eradicating other.
No. No, I'm not. I was born on this land. I do not have a country or a nationality. I'm not a white angel standing on black people's necks.
So you're an illegal. Can you hand back your passport?
Bloody hell,
What do you think about it?
I'll tell you what, guys. I know you guys want to react. I know you want to react here, but please don't rob S's chance to like kind of clearly like give his responses and stuff, because I think Jupiter loves it when everyone gets him. They can be like, "Oh, you jumped me," and it's ridiculous. Like S can handle it. So I'm just saying, not to say don't say nothing, but know that Jupiter will try to use that say excuse that everyone on the panel turned. I don't know what she said. Tells herself, whatever.
Make sure that I told them all to jump me.
Yeah, well, some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, do your stuff, Jit.
So go on, Jupiter. I'm an illegal how?
No, I'm saying, are you illegal? You said no, you're born here.
I told you I was born in this bitch.
You're British. You said no, you're
British.
Right, so if you reject being British, can you leave your passport and give it to somebody that wants to?
Why?
Because
why should I give up my property and my security? No, stop a minute. Hold on, I'm asking you a question. I'm asking you a question. I'm asking you a question. I'm asking you a question, okay? You asked me something, now I'm asking you a question. Why do you think that I should all of a sudden relinquish my property or my securities just because I don't believe what you believe?
Because you said that you're not British.
Okay, so all these foreign landowners that own up bare empty houses, should they just give them all back because they're not British? That's what I'm saying. Your mind's so small.
They own it, but you don't own your heritage.
It doesn't matter whether I own my heritage. I'm talking about property. You said give back your passport. That's my property, okay? I have the highest security. Yes, it is. Yes, no, it doesn't matter if you're British. It doesn't matter. Property is property.
It's a British passport.
What you're saying makes no sense. Okay, what you're saying makes no sense. You don't have to be British to own a British passport. You just have to be in control of a British passport. Okay, I know this for a fact.
You said you don't want to be British.
I didn't say I don't want to be British. I said I'm not British.
You do want to be British now. I'm not British.
I'm not British.
Why would you want a British passport?
Why would I not want one? What difference does it make? What difference does it make? I prefer houses. I prefer houses. Hold on. No, I don't. I prefer houses. Why would I want to buy 10 flats or 100 or 1,000 flats when I prefer houses? None of your fucking business. My property. So I'm saying there's lanes in this motherfucker. You need to stay in yours. About give back passport.
I think you need to stay in yours.
No, I'm in mine. I'm in mine proudly. I'm in mine proudly. Proudly. Any more questions about my nation? I'm in mine proudly. Pacing up and down.
Oh, so you are in your
in a cage. Yep. I stay in my lane all the time. I stay in my lane.
So hey, if he's got to give up his passport, if he's got to give up his passport, then your Britain country needs to give up all the jewels and gems, artifacts, and all the shit they stole for the past couple of centuries, and they can give back South Africa, which they stole illegally.
Exactly.
So if you want to keep going there, we can go there.
Past couple of centuries, it's gone on near on 1,000 years.
I answer the American.
Near on 1,000 years, it's going on with that nearest neighbor.
Mr. American, already, Mr.
American.
Museums are already. So you're late on the boat for that one. And number two, it wasn't the British that actually stole South Africa. It was the fucking Dutch. You don't know your history.
But anyway, listen,
you did pretty good swathing through Africa this entire time with your British occupation. So don't sit there and think you're going to pass it off to just
exactly.
And don't think you're going to be able to tip him when you've been going through the Middle East. Shut your fucking face.
Yeah, but he knows
you
that
started
though.
it.
He knows that though, and he will say that.
You were the first country over there talking shit. You were the first country over there beefing with the motherfuckers. Then you're going to sit there and go, "Oh, Americans." No, you were the one who perpetuated in the first place.
And don't forget who's the best buddies over there. Don't forget who's the best buddies over there.
I know you want to say something. I'll come to you afterwards. So, Mr. American.
I ain't finished with you.
So I'm going to come back to you afterwards as well, Mr. American. Yeah. What ethnicity are you?
What difference does it make? You're just jumping around, bro.
He's trying to get onto the
Italian American. Get off this dead horse.
Listen to your question and ask again, moron.
No, what is your ethnicity? Are you
Italian American?
Where the fuck was I born, lady?
Or are you going to be one of these nutty race nats who think that they can say that they're ethnically British but want to slag off English people? Fuck off out of here.
Are you talking to me? Are you talking to me?
Oh my god!
You silly old bag. Are you talking to me? Race nat, you dumb hoe. Are you stupid?
American. You're not ethnically British, are you?
You must have missed the last couple times I've been on here when I said, you know what? As our family descendants, we're Italians, but they came over. But technically, yeah, we're Americans, man. We fucking live here. So it doesn't matter whether my nationalities came from Italy, which they directly descended from. I'm still American, you moron.
Would you like to tell Wes that?
No, he don't need to tell me shit. Yeah, I wanted to get back to your dumb comment about, oh, so you are in your lane, so you are British then, you dumb fucking donut. Being in my lane don't mean I'm British. Being in my lane means knowing what's up. It means knowing what's up.
You're in your lane.
That's right, yes. Where I'm supposed to be. Where I'm supposed to be. No, I'm not. That's what I'm saying. You don't even know your own worth. You don't even know your own worth, you dumbass. What do you mean, where am I supposed to be?
Where are you supposed to be? Do you think calling me a dumbass makes you look good?
No.
Don't really.
No, just identify.
He just articulates that you're a fucking dumbass, you donut.
Doesn't articulate nothing, you dumbass donut.
There you go. You just called me back, so you just completely negated your fucking victim strategy that you tried to use seconds before. Okay, and now you're just talking illogically.
You're the one telling me I'm responsible for what hundreds of people did before I was even born, you fucking idiot. You were never the place.
So you're the one South Africans getting run out of South Africa now all of a sudden, are you? You're the white South Africans now, are you? You're the white South Africans now, are you, Jupiter?
Past, I live in the present.
Jupiter, are you the white South Africans getting run out of South Africa?
In the present, yes.
You are. Huh? If you are, then you're definitely responsible for your ancestors. If you're going to side with white South Africans, then of course you're responsible for your ancestors.
No, you said,
you know what accountability is.
Run out of South Africa. In the present, yes, they are.
I said, are you a white South African getting run out of South Africa?
Why am I one of them who's never been South fucking Africa?
Because you asked me if they are responsible, and I said yes. Now you're saying I said you're responsible.
The Dutch are. The Dutch are the ones who stole the land.
They are Dutch, you donut. They're white South African.
No,
they are Dutch.
It wasn't just the Dutch. It wasn't just the Dutch. It was the British, the Germans, and the Dutch. Come on. Let's not front. The British were part of it, and the Dutch, and the Germans.
They didn't fight the black man for it. They fought the Dutch.
Are you weird? Are you mad? The British didn't fight the Zulu nation. Are you out of your tiny little box mind?
Rwanda.
The Zulu nation backed up the Dutch.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh,
okay, fuck it. Zimbabwe.
Can someone explain to Jupiter why we have revolvers in existence in this world today? Handguns. Can anyone explain to Jupiter why handguns exist?
Because of the Chinese inventing gunpowder.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, really?
That's
they were using because they couldn't beat the Africans.
Good try.
Look at the history of Smith and Wesson, Jupiter. Handguns were defeated to kill black people. The Zulus.
Yeah, it was like, hey, these guys are superior with their weaponry. They're beating us with spears.
The first guns had gunpowder.
Yeah.
How old are you?
You're such a clever dance, Jupiter. Like you're such a clever dance. The first guns had gunpowder.
I don't mind being a clever dance. I'm not trying to.
First guns had gunpowder. Yeah, I'm gonna avoid the facts. Like, look at Smith and Wesson. Look at their history. Why was the six-shooter invented? The six-shooter was invented because the Zulus were hammering the British. The British had rifles. The Zulus had their traditional weapons. What do you mean? Why do you care?
I care.
Wow.
Well, because when you
do you not bring it up? You was the one that brought it up.
No. You said the British didn't fight the Zulus. Sorry, people. You said the British did not fight the Zulus. I said, wow. Why do we have handguns in existence today? The reason we have handguns in existence today is because the Zulu nation was whooping the British Empire's ass. That's why we have handguns.
Can you bring me the evidence to that?
Oh, shut up, man.
Bring me the evidence.
Wow. Shut up, man. Tell your husband to bring you the evidence. Tell your husband to bring you the evidence. You're a foolish woman. No, I'm not bringing you evidence. I just told you a well-known fact.
Yeah.
So you can find that for yourself. It's a well-known fact. Smith and Wesson six-shooter was invented because the Zulus were whooping the British. Well-known fact. You can look that up anyway. I didn't hear that from black people.
Let's just because you don't want to bring evidence.
Like when you're trying to.
I don't need to bring evidence. That's like you asked me to bring you the evidence. It's a show on television. Go and look, and you'll see it's there.
You don't want to bring evidence, so let's just imagine that it's fact. Let's say you're 100% right. What point is that? What relevance is it?
You said the British weren't fighting the Zulu nation. And they were getting their ass squashed, so they invented handguns.
Even if that is correct,
that means your point was wrong.
It's still not present day. My argument is you cannot blame British people for the past British. Yes, you are. You're trying to
hold people responsible. I don't blame.
You're born today responsible for the things of other people.
Responsibility is not blame.
The premise of your argument was false because you said you cannot blame the British because they didn't fight in South Africa.
Exactly.
And that premise in itself is false because they
fought the Dutch for the land.
Let me finish. Right. So if you'd have said they're not predominantly the people that are there, then that would have been more correct. But to say that they didn't fight and that being the premise of your argument, that is factually incorrect, Jupiter.
History of South Africa.
Look at the history of the six-shooter. The six-shooter, revolver. History of the revolver. Look at the history of the revolver. Smith and Wesson, six-shooter. Don't remember the year, late 18s.
Jupiter, I gave you a reference in the fucking private chat of rifles and stuff with the British that were they introduced against the Zulu people. Don't be dumb. Just read it. Thank you.
History of South Africa.
You're looking at history of South Africa. If ever there was a diversion.
The argument that led us to that argument.
There was a diversion.
The argument that led the point that
you was the one that brought it up.
We are not responsible for the country over there. Because I said that white people are being run out of South Africa. You said
I said they should have got run out a long time.
Responsible for what happened there before.
No, you asked me if they're responsible. I said, of course they are.
And we fought the Dutch for the land. We didn't fight Zulus. You said we did fight Zulus. So I want to see where we fought the Zulus for the land because the Zulus were in it.
How long did the war last? Was it 100 years, that war? Was that war 100 years, or am I making that up? Does anyone know that?
Yes.
The war between the British and the Zulu nation was 100-year war. Is that correct?
And it was between them and Queen Victoria.
And it's called the 100 Years War. Is that correct?
That's correct. That's correct.
I'm hearing this stupid. Type in 100 Years War.
Well,
Type that in.
Wait.
By the 18th,
the first 100-year war.
British Empire had colonies in South Africa. Yeah, colonies in South Africa in 18th Jupiter.
Not even Elizabeth, Victoria.
Right, so it was the 100-year war before 1795 and 1806.
Yeah. So,
oh my God, what are you doing?
Anglo-Zulu War, 1879, between the British Empire and the Zulu Kingdom, followed the Constitution Act of 1867 of the Federation of Canada.
So, following the invasion of the Cape Colony in 1795 and 1806, so it was already owned by the Dutch.
Owned,
invaded, and
how?
I don't think it was owned
or the Dutch were occupiers. They were invaders.
So Jupiter,
which one?
They were invaders or not? They were the people in charge of the land.
And explorers.
No, they weren't in charge of the land. They weren't in charge of the land. They weren't in charge of the land. They were making an incursion. They weren't in charge of anything.
Yeah. So Jupiter, are you going to say that the British fought the Zulus? And built colonies within South Africa. They fought the Zulus for that land.
The Dutch established a trading post in Cape Town under the command of Jan van Riebeck in 1652. So there's already a trading post. They were already in charge and settling in there.
They weren't in charge, bro.
The whole land was not colonized by them.
They were not in charge.
Oh my God.
They were not in charge. It was an incursion. They weren't in charge. They were there. They were there, infecting and polluting the place with evil.
The British have never been in charge. It was only an incursion.
Oh, it's only an incursion.
Typical European.
You know what you should do? You should apologize to and divorce your husband. That's what you should do.
That's what you should
Just
do.
apologize to your husband and divorce
Why
him.
do I need to apologize?
No, he deserves it.
Hold on. Do you remember when I said that when the truth is presented to you, you will deflect, you will sidestep, you will turn blind and just refuse to just accept the facts of what they're telling you. It's like what you're doing that right is wrong.
Who was wrong about what?
You were wrong. You said the British fought the Zulus, but they can't have fought the Zulus alone.
Wow.
The
Anglo-Zulu War. The Anglo-Zulu War. We just heard about the Anglo-Zulu War. It was the Anglo-Zulu War, yeah, where they got the 6-shooters invented. That one near the end of the 1800s. I gave you that rough time still. I said I don't know the exact year, but late 1800s.
1600.
Yeah, but we're not talking about that.
Why not?
Because the British did not fight the Zulus in 1600s. So we have to refer to when they did. Does that not make perfect sense to you?
They were under the command of the bloody Dutch.
That's their business. To us, that don't make no difference. You're all all invaders. Doesn't matter who's you letting take command. You're all invaders. You're all together. 2 men run up in my house. I don't business which one of them's more dominant than the other. They both did it. And what are you talking about?
Okay. So we should blame Black British for anything that goes on in
Blame's for little bitches.
Oh, okay. So I get it now. So what's South Africans are doing for Nigerians right now in their country? We should blame
They're
the Black
responsible
British.
for.
Well, actually, she's actually right about something. She's right about the Cape Colony. It was first created by the Dutch.
No one debated that. No one debated that.
I just want to refute what she's saying. Okay, she was right that originally it was Dutch, but then they lost it to the British in 1795. In 1795, at the Battle of Muizenberg, they lost it and the British took over, and so that region became British. It was owned by the British.
Okay.
So
what you're saying is the Zulus tried to get the land back. Is that what you're saying?
What I'm saying is I'm corroborating what they were telling you about the British running that area. And the British ended up running that area because in 1795, the Battle of Muizenberg.
Yeah, I know that. I agree. The British fought the Dutch for the land.
Yeah, 1795.
So they're saying that later on, the Zulus fought the British. So if the Zulus fought the British,
it was fine what's happening the whole time.
An uprising, yeah?
No, it wasn't an uprising. The land belonged and belongs and belonged at that time to the Zulu nation. The British were invaders. There was constant skirmishes, there was various battles, and there was occasional wars. The British were invaders.
And that was the information that the American, I've forgotten his name, the American gave you when he talked about the Anglo-Zulu War. That's what he was talking about.
And the other thing, you keep bringing up Cape, yeah? But what about Alundi, Kambula, and them places that became colonies of the British? That they won off the Zulus, not the Dutch or anyone else. Like, stop fronting with the ting, man. Come on, man.
Jedi, are you there? I just want to quickly share my screen, just to corroborate something that was being said by S. Cold Blood Triller. If it's possible, I don't know. I don't know if he's still there. If Jedi is still there.
Yeah.
Everybody does it.
I'll try and share
in that, Jupo.
Sorry.
Screen.
Nobody's debating what you just said about in war people take land. Nobody's debating that.
You look at teeth and blood clot, yeah.
I just say fuck you.
Now, there's something very interesting. That's Cold Blood Triller. Can you see my page?
One sec.
It's coming.
Yeah, we can see it.
Yeah, but S. Cold Blooded Triller was talking about gun technology. Here's this lovely contraption which was utilized in South Africa and Rhodesia, and was very influential in helping the British conquer the people there. And what does it say here? The Maxim gun, invented by Sir Hiram Stevens Maxim in 1884. It then goes on to say the gun has been called the weapon most associated with imperial conquest by historian Martin Gilbert, and was heavily used by colonial powers during the scramble for Africa.
There you go.
And then he goes deeper in there to talk about how it was used in colonial warfare. He talks about, somebody just mentioned Ulundi. Was that Motion or something? Somebody mentioned Ulundi. And the gun was used there. And then it was used in the Matabele War in Rhodesia as well.
Right.
So it was used heavily, and it was used in Uganda as well.
Just to answer Jupiter's question, yeah, your British ancestors, who you're so proud of, took these machine guns and turned them on. Yeah, they are.
Yes, they are.
Prove it.
Machine guns, and they turned them on people who didn't have guns.
Went over to fucking South Africa.
What?
Oh man.
Oh,
anyway,
boy.
those guns were turned on people who did not have guns. They're using machine guns, military-grade machine guns, on effectively unarmed people. You can't call them unarmed, but they didn't have guns.
It's a cannon. That's a cannon.
It's a gun. A cannon is a gun. A handgun is a handgun. A rifle is a light arm or a small arm.
Okay, so was there no guns invented?
Cannon is a gun.
You said that was the first gun.
There was guns invented, yes, and your people were using them. Our people were using traditional weapons and kicking your British Empire Army's rifle-bearing ass. They were kicking their ass.
So why are you so upset if they used guns and you were winning?
If it was, who so upset?
You.
No, but the point he's trying to make to you is this.
Yeah, you're just diverting again.
What are you talking about? Getting their asses kicked. They then decided to make weapons.
Handguns.
At that time would have been of mass destruction. Okay.
Handguns.
Like
they needed to be able to shoot 6 bullets at one time from one hand and 6 in the other.
Fair in love and war, mate.
Right. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Just stand there and get scared.
No, get the fuck out and go the fuck home.
Not invade other people's countries. That doesn't belong.
Because you lost the war, you're moaning.
Oh, stupid! You're such a dumb slag.
Why are you with the black man, bro? What the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm not a slag.
You're a dumb slag, too, bro. You're a British Empire hoe. Oh shit! A slut for the Empire.
Why are you with a black brother if you ain't into his like his shit?
You're a slut for the Empire.
What is being with the black man got to do with anything?
I mean, like I thought you stand for what he stands. Actually, he probably stands for some other.
It's a racist fetish. That's what it is. A racist fetish. She wanted a BBC. And
why? Because I don't see the world through your eyes.
No, because you see them through your eyes.
Level.
You weirdo. You see them through your own eyes. That's why you're racist.
Why are you being a victim?
That's cool, but like Jedi said earlier, we try and spit facts. And anytime I'm not sure, I ask, is there anyone out there who can correct me? Am I wrong here? This is what I say.
Facts. You got things quite incorrect.
100.
What did I get incorrect? What did I get incorrect?
You didn't know the Dutch were in there first.
No, I never said they weren't in there first. No one never said that. You're such a liar. No one said that.
I did.
But we know that already.
But we never said they weren't. We didn't say they weren't. We said the British were there as well. Don't try and blame it on the Dutch. That's what we said.
No, you didn't.
Oh, Jupiter, this has been recorded.
Well,
You're
actually,
embarrassing yourself.
you said the British didn't do anything and didn't war, and we just corrected you and said it wasn't. Now we're arguing about guns and different mechanisms and stuff.
You're jumping around.
The fact was that you said the British didn't fight. The fact was you said the British didn't fight in South Africa.
Exactly.
Incorrect, right?
I didn't bring up guns. He did because he needed to feel good about it.
Listen,
show you that
this is the double standards that you've got. Okay, so you want to tell me as a British person I can't be proud, but you can be proud of your
ancestors. I didn't say you
ancestors.
can't be proud. I never said you can't be proud.
Yeah,
I didn't say that. No, I didn't. I said you are proud. I said you are proud. I didn't say you can't be proud. I said you are proud.
I'm proud
of
equal the other.
Yeah,
I don't agree.
Whoa. Sorry. I'm going to make another statement. I'm going to make another statement. I'm going to make another statement.
In self-defense.
Jupiter, hello.
Hello.
Jupiter, hello.
They should have never been there in the first place.
Self-defense, Jupiter. You went on a fucking attack.
Don't rise to that. She's trying to divert. Don't rise to that. Don't rise to that. She's trying to divert.
They're not in an English shop.
You lot, please, man. You're allowing her to wriggle out. You're allowing her to wriggle out.
Nobody seems to care when I'm insulted, so why should I care about
Jupiter, I'm going to make another statement. I'm going to make another statement, Jupiter. You are a female. Is that me telling you you're not? So yeah, if I say you are a female, is that me telling you you're not allowed to be a female?
If you're a male, is that me telling you ain't allowed to be a male?
Of course it isn't, Jupiter. Because you said, when I said you're proud to be British, you said I'm telling you you're not allowed to be proud. I didn't say that. I said you are proud. I didn't say you're not allowed. I don't tell people what they're allowed to do.
That must mean that I agree with people being murdered.
Wow, I never said that.
Hundreds of years ago.
I never said that. I said you're proud of your murderous. You're proud of your murderous raping history.
You're not a slave. I was not a slave.
I don't need to be. I don't need to be. I don't need to be. I said you were proud of your murderous raping history. I don't need to be a slave. You've told us you're proud. You've told us that. I don't need to be. I have been a slave to repeat what you said.
I've said I'm proud to be British. You've made a very big reach. That means I'm proud of.
That's what it means, you
No,
idiot.
it doesn't. That's what it means to you, not to me.
No.
So can you confirm for us now? Can you confirm for us now? Are you proud of your British history? Yes or no?
Some, not all.
Are you proud of your British history? Can you confirm for us now? Can you confirm for us now? Are you proud of your British history? Yes or no?
Some, not all.
Give back your passport.
In the world.
Give back your passport.
Yeah, give back your passport, Jupiter. And your husband. Give back your husband.
I'm not co-signing that talk there. If you love him, you love him.
No, man. Apologize to and divorce the man.
I don't need to.
Apologize to the man and divorce him.
He's from a British colony.
No, you don't understand that your thoughts on it are really irrelevant.
Educate us. Don't waffle shit. Educate us.
Just before that, I just want to say in South Africa, the violence that's happening to black people who are dying is bad. The violence that's happening to white people is bad. I would also condemn the fact that in South Africa, an all-white town called Orania has been allowed to exist for more than 20 years. Only white people are allowed to live in that town. So, as in England, I guess, Jupiter, you wouldn't be happy if there was an all-black town that existed in England.
And
So,
black people
will
were
you
running
join
things.
me? Will you join me in condemning the existence of Orania in South Africa?
An all-white town.
Obviously, I'm against apartheid. I'm against segregation.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So would you be alright with them running up in that town and saying, "Yo, listen, this is our motherfucking land. Like,
Yeah,
we
get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. Like you got your own.
Violence. I've just told you this.
Yeah, but
Cool.
you keep saying
But
all
you
fair and
believe
love
in
in
a
war,
historical
though,
British
Chico. That's what I
violence,
don't
though. Yeah.
You
All's
keep
fair
saying
in love
all
and
fair and
war,
love and
except
war,
when
and all of a
people are
sudden, like, you
defending
got
themselves.
violence. And this is what
Yeah,
the
man.
brother is saying, is that you don't have any sympathy.
Different. Listen, if you get attacked, you're allowed self-defense.
Okay, but
You said all is fair in love
South
and
Africa.
war.
They was there.
Yeah?
They were encroaching on South Africa. They're not
People setting up their own
started the
town.
war, fam.
People setting up a town of pure white people where black people ain't allowed to go in Africa is an act of war. That is war.
Like, do you know what? The worst thing is, Jupiter, yeah, if you were to liken it to like the German invasion of Europe and they're spreading and you're going to do a preemptive strike, I could understand that. You lot are quay in South Africa, in Rhodesia. Like, I would have one buckler to not do that and you're going to call it self-defense. Are we stupid?
Self-defense.
Are we stupid?
Self-defense. Run out there, Ross.
The day you guys will castigate China for doing a similar thing in Africa, and I will know you guys are talking sense.
Shut up, man.
Present.
If they did that, then
No,
yeah,
no,
the same
no. He
people.
don't have to shut up. The same applies to China, who's doing the same imperialist. It applies to anyone. It applies to the black people who are selling out their own people as well. It applies to everyone. Anyone responsible is responsible.
Like I said, you have not condemned China present day.
I haven't condemned anyone. I've had a conversation with your wife. There was no one was speaking about China.
Hold on. Why not? Because
I was having a conversation with your wife and China was
Hector, I have in depth. I have in depth. Now what?
Because
I have in depth now what? And I was accused of defending China. Now what?
Because you don't have the guts to hold the Chinese to ransom.
Again, I have.
You just moving crazy like this. Stop helping these people to deflect, man.
You rather bring the 500 years ago into 2020. Telling you presently.
Why are you avoiding the truth, Hector? Why are you avoiding the truth?
What truth?
Why are you? You're claiming.
Hold on. That in Nigeria, that China don't have where they themselves, only the Chinese reside. Is that what you're telling me? That it doesn't happen.
Wait, give us the town. Give us the town. Where is this?
No, I'm asking
you guys are giving too much opportunity to wriggle around, man. I have discipline and not be led around by these people in a conversation.
I'm not here to believe what I'm saying. I'm not here to score cheap points. I'm not here for that.
So why are you here then? Why are you
having a conversation? It's not about points. It's this discourse.
Because when they were insulting me earlier on, nobody said a word.
Who insulted
Nobody
you?
was insulting you. You're just making things up. What was the discussion about? The discussion was about the town called Orania in South Africa. Jupiter's agreed with us that she doesn't like the fact that Orania exists.
They cannot.
Well, I'm actually still talking. It's just that you're talking as well for some reason. I didn't butt in. I was actually here before you came on. You were the one who actually butted in. I was just updating you on the fact we were talking about a town called Orania in South Africa.
That is what you do all the time. I was talking, you butted in.
Hector, go on, bro. He's respectfully giving away. Go on, please, bro. Go ahead.
Not really.
So, like I was saying, you're 2021. We're in 2021, and you're telling me which village. You go do the research. Then you come back and tell me, oh no,
you tell us, man.
Okay, no, so then I can respond. Can I respond to what you said?
You go do your research and come back.
Okay, so I'll say this.
Making a statement.
In regards to what he said, I'll say this calmly and that he is lying. There is no such town in Nigeria. Orania is an all-white town in South Africa that is allowed to elect its own leader. It has existed for more than 20 years. And only white people are allowed to live there. So if he can provide evidence that there is an all-Chinese town, I'm still talking. You are now talking over me. So
go on.
Let me finish. So Orania is an all-white town that has its own leader. and a white leader. So he would then have to provide evidence that in Nigeria, there is an all Chinese town that is allowed to elect its own Chinese leader.
And to add to that, this is 20 years. This town was made. Wait. 20 years this town was made after apartheid was made illegal. So that was
that's just 7 years after I was born.
Hold on. At the end of the day, regardless of somebody elects their own political leader within the community, that is their own kettle of fish. All I'm saying is in Nigeria, okay, the difference is there's no elected Chinese official in that, let's say in the 4 walls of whatever vicinity they reside, or in the 4 walls of whatever company they put on the ground, or in the 4 walls of wherever village they go to dig for illegal mineral. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So just because the chief, hold on, just because somebody is not being elected the chief of the Chinese in whatever locality.
Actually, they have given them chiefdom.
Of course, I know Chinese that are chiefs, but let's just say it doesn't happen. Does that mean it's different from how many years ago you're going on about? He's saying because one is elected,
I don't even know what we're talking about.
Because the other person is not elected, for me, there's no difference.
No, Hector.
Yes, there is a difference.
How are you guys going to argue together? Let them argue.
He's saying there's a white township in South Africa today.
Yeah, and I'm saying
there's but I don't agree with that. Do you agree with that?
I don't know. I'm not going to say what I don't know.
Then go and do the research. Go and do the research and come back.
I'm saying side by side, there's a similar thing going on in Nigeria. The only difference is there's nobody that has been elected as the head of the Chinese community as a chief.
It doesn't make sense looking at
it. Hector, can I give you some other differences? Can I give you some more differences that add more clarity to the situation, please?
That's embarrassing.
Yeah, and this is the concerns you have. Again, as a Nigerian, right? If you're really that concerned, you need to start lobbying, because what we found out was that at least a third, if not more, of those contracts that are dealt out to the Chinese is through corrupt governments within those countries. So before you start...
Exactly. So tell me about the corruption. But when I brought it up, when I brought this corruption problem up, people have shouted me down. That no, it is because of what do you call it? Colonization, this, that, back and forth, 100, 500 years ago. Now you want to tell me of corruption?
500 years ago. 500 years ago. So the 20-year-old white-only town is 500 years ago, or is that post-apartheid, like someone so eloquently just pointed out?
Didn't you hear what I said?
And when did we get our independence? When did Nigeria?
All I said is, as far as I'm concerned, if there's a community like that existing today, the difference for me is that, okay, like you said, one is elected, and as far as I'm concerned, the Chinese residing in whatever cranny of whatever hole they find themselves in, the only difference is there's not a chief or elected chief or Chinese chief or any other you want to.
There are Chinese chiefs now, though.
Yes, but what are the Chinese providing? What are do you think? Okay, the indigenous people might turn around and say we didn't ask for this, right? That's what the indigenous
government did.
Yeah, but you understand that there are business deals made between the Chinese governments and the governments of the country.
Indigenous people do.
We are talking about.
That is why it is not brought out in the public.
Let me finish, Hector. We are talking about people taking up themselves on boats, arming up themselves with gun. They got to take people out. No business deals, bro. Please don't put
trade
it
deal.
Motherfucking thing.
They're not invited with special privileges and special circumstances.
So it's all business deals.
Given the privilege.
You hear the word you use. So it's all business deals. So there are some business deals that are good. There are some business deals that are bad. Is that what you're saying? Because in your summary,
there was no business deal in that.
He's saying the British incursion was not a trade agreement.
That's what I'm saying. That is why, because they don't understand where I'm coming. That's what I'm saying. You are not agreeing with me now that it's all business.
We don't agree with you.
What I will say, just to conclude what I was saying, I won't take too long. It's interesting. Sorry, you don't have to shout. I mean, I'll finish soon. So why you don't have to shout? I don't understand why you're trying to derail. Anyway, as I was saying, it's interesting that when it comes to can you actually? I don't know. As I was saying, it's interesting that when
it's a deliberate attempt to confuse the dialogue with like shouting and just calling stuff out, because clearly people struggle with dealing with facts and just dealing with information. It's a well-known tactic of Sister Jupiter. You just have to try and just go around it, Illyri. Please carry on.
Thanks very much. Thanks for the explanation. I was just going to say that it's interesting. I brought up the discussion of Orania, the all-white town. Jupiter and I are in agreement that its existence is bad, but for some reason, Hector will not condemn its existence, which I find odd.
Listen,
it's the results of the abuse suffered over the years.
This is where you don't listen. If I would, just like as I would condemn the Chinese taking over the whatever holds they reside in, I also condemn those people you're talking about. That is the point I'm making. Yeah, but what you need to understand, you cannot be, hold on. My point is you cannot be focusing, put the searchlight on just one particular people.
Yes, you can.
You can if that's what the conversation's about.
We're talking about the riots there, Hector.
We're talking about specifics. So
your one's a myth.
Focus on specifics.
Your one's a myth at the moment. You have got no evidence.
Which is true.
No proof. One second. You brought no evidence. You provided no proof of your so-called claim.
Go and do your research for yourself.
Now, on the other side, one second, my brother. 1 second. On the other side, people have brought evidence. This is a
right. So I can get some videos and put them in your in the back chat if that's what you want, because there are plenty of videos. Nigerians
video's gonna say
being discriminated by the Chinese.
Yeah, we know.
Right, so if you know, why are you arguing with him?
Where's the town?
He's arguing with him. He's diverting.
He's diverting from the conversation we were having.
Why does he need to?
He's saying it's
what's the town?
And why do you not condemn Chinese people and you only
what is wrong with you?
He said it with his own mouth.
They're just pathological liars or something.
Hold on. Until he brought it up.
Yeah.
So.
I was, and I've been condemning it.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is,
I wasn't.
They haven't. Hold on, they haven't got no official, so we can't. Like, there's nothing to argue about right now.
When I'm trying to make it
an official, it doesn't make sense. This is like a smokescreen.
Yeah.
Sorry, can I
rather dealing with the actual facts of what actually happened. You know what I'm saying?
Can I speak to Brother Hector, please? Greetings.
Hector, someone wants to talk to you specifically.
Yeah,
Shaka.
I'm from Zimbabwe, so I know about.
You have to wait a minute. It's got a fag. Sorry, I can't tell him not to.
He's stressed out.
Yeah, I'm not gonna wait. I'm not just.
You don't want to be good goalkeepers.
No, you don't have to wait. If you don't want to ask him when he comes back,
Paper's not easy, you know.
Yeah,
you might have to move to Cape Town.
I'll converse with you as well, Jupiter, because this is between us, everyone in here. But okay, I'll say this to Jupiter. As me, I'm a further brother from Zimbabwe, which was Rhodesia. We got independence in the 1870s, which ain't that far, which ain't 500 years ago, which is kind of like
the other day.
You get me? And the thing is, I feel like because when I kind of focus on saying fuck the colonizer, an African brother saying to me, no, stop focusing on the colonizer, focus on the Chinese. I'm like, but why are you diverting the situation? Like you're trying to say like, oh, that's a big thing. Don't focus on that anymore. Focus, even though that those colonizers did fuck up a lot of the African structure economically, and a lot of other things, through religion, through a lot of bullshit. But now it's like, don't focus on that. Focus on these new neo-colonial people, the Chinese, which I don't fuck with as well. But like, if I say fuck all of them, it's like he doesn't want me to focus on the colonizer, the Europeans, because obviously it's fucking.
That was the start of it. So why shouldn't you focus on it? It was the start of it.
No,
the beginning of it. Other people took that cue. Other people took that cue from the Brits to go in and do what they're doing in Africa.
Exactly, Dublin. That is the fact. The fact is the Chinese are the new kids on the block. Right. The French, the British, the Dutch are still running things in the colonial empires. They haven't gone away. So this idea that everyone keeps on saying, oh, the Chinese are coming. The Chinese are coming and they're making loads of mistakes. They'll learn from their mistakes. But the Europeans are well settled in Africa. The British still have overseas territories in the Cayman Islands, Gibraltar, Falklands, Virgin Islands. So you know what I mean? So they're still running things, but this idea
of the Commonwealth, man.
Precisely.
Sadly, man, I say fuck the Commonwealth, man.
You know what I'm saying?
And
we know whose Commonwealth it is.
No, it wasn't Maku. I forget his name. Shaka, I think it is. He wanted to ask him.
It's done now, but yeah. Suck out the fucking Commonwealth.
And as I said, look, Nkrumah got us our independence, and that was like, yeah, only the other day. So, do you get what I'm saying? We still part of the same thing, man. Like we colonized, man. You know what I'm saying? You dumbass thinking that Britain's done anything good for us? No, bro.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did.
Wait. What? Sorry, can I?
Wow.
Someone that was someone that was
what they did that was good.
My grandmother was under colonization.
Sorry, Shaka, don't let her wriggle out of what she just said. She just said the British did good in South Africa. So I want her to elaborate. Don't please help her escape that.
In South Africa, they did do good in Africa.
Okay.
No, not in
Can you give me 3 things?
Not in Hector's country.
Oh, ask for one. Just
where,
one.
Where, what, and when?
Yeah, just one
Right,
thing.
so the first thing that I will tell you that they did was, unlike
in any of that countries, where, what, and when.
Let her answer the question, though.
Hold on, let me say it, Jubia. What good shit did you do for us?
So the first thing that they did do is that when they left, they weren't like other European countries that ripped up all the infrastructure. They actually left it behind. And they actually did teach.
She's right. The only thing that was the good thing they done was left.
Dublin, please.
That was the good thing they done was left.
Hold on, let her finish the bullshit. Go on. What else?
Right. They also taught the people how to maintain the equipment and stuff.
Wow.
And keep it running. Unfortunately, the government, like you say, that is corrupt, didn't pay people and keep them within the jobs and the systems that were already there to maintain themselves. So, for example, I'll give you one example. The refinery that they have in Nigeria, the only refinery, was actually under colonization, built under colonization by the British.
Right.
Okay. And then what?
And so they weren't refining minerals in Nigeria before the British were there. I think you'll find they were. They were.
Nigerians were providing them with slaves. So what's the point?
Of course they were, Red. How did they know the minerals were there?
Refining minerals thousands of years before Britain was
a thing. How did the English know the minerals were there?
So let's break down from the beginning. In it, you said the first thing you said was Europeans or the British people left Africa. They left Africa with their shit in it. False. A lot of the British took a lot of the minerals and a lot of artifacts to museums. For example,
and Europeans still control the minerals to this day.
Yes, in Zimbabwe they took the remainings of Mbuyana, which was a skeleton. They took remainings. I don't know which kind of fights. What the fuck you're saying? I don't get why the fuck you're taking people's skeletons. And secondly, they didn't really leave Africa with a platform, because they kind of gave Africa corrupt bastards, puppet leaders to fuck up the nation for them. So all the shit you're saying, I don't know, because you're speaking from
crippled development with what they call foreign aid. So we're going to give you money, but you can only spend it on what we say. You can't build up armies, you can't build up infrastructure. If you want infrastructure, we'll come and build it, and it will be more debt to enslave your people.
You're not allowed to build your country. Let me answer you.
We'll give you schools.
Hold on. That means you're not even current as far as foreign aid is concerned. On the one hand, Boris Johnson is saying no, we're going to cut foreign aid budget. On the other hand, people like hold on. On the other hand, people like you are saying, why the foreign aid budget that is going to backed up by terms and conditions? So where do you belong? Because on one hand, Labour is arguing no.
You're having a different conversation.
On the other hand, it is suicidal. But you are not saying no. Let them fuck off with the same foreign aid budget.
I've been saying that since forever. Listen, bro. Don't chat shit. I've been saying that from forever.
Talk shit. I'm telling you now.
You're the one jumping on YouTube and talking shit, and you don't even say anything that's based in fact.
So you just want to come here.
Bro, it's not fact.
Foreign aid, just because you want us to know that you know the term foreign aid. Fucking dickhead.
Hector, you're a proper clown, you know.
No, sorry, Hector, do you stand for the betterment of Africa? Sorry, Hector, do you stand for the betterment of Africa?
So what were you talking about foreign aid, Hector? What were you saying about foreign aid?
No, hold on.
No, let me speak. What I said was, when these so-called fake independence happened in these colonized countries around the world, I think Shaka or someone else said they left corrupt governments in place, and I said they used foreign aid as a way to control internal policy and how money gets spent. That's what I said. So I don't know why you're talking about Boris Johnson, because he
point,
wasn't there. Boris
here
Johnson
you are
wasn't there.
crying. Hold on. I get what you said. And I'm saying here you are crying about that same foreign aid.
Crying.
Hold on. Here you are. Hold
wrong with you people? Why are you saying crying?
Hold on. Crying in the sense that you say because it is attached with conditions. Is that not what you're saying?
No. I said they used it as a means to cripple the development of the country.
And how do they do it? Is it not by putting on conditions on them? Or how do they do it? Yeah, you come to certain conditions. You don't know the meaning of conditions.
You're saying crippling a country's development is okay. Is that what you're saying?
No. What he's saying, you're not understanding what he's saying.
I am understanding what he's saying. That's why I'm asking for clarification.
Right.
I am understanding. He's not focusing on the fact that they're crippling development. He's saying, oh, are you saying because there's terms and conditions attached, it's wrong? Yes.
Yeah, it is.
Those kind of terms and conditions, yes. If you can't develop your country, then yes, it's wrong.
Because it's been a moron. Was that all I said?
What did you say if it wasn't that?
The reason foreign aid or a loan by the IMF could be seen as crippling is because one of the stipulations is that that country devalues its currency. That's part of it. So that they will be able to access. They'll be able to access the resources in that country at a cheaper price. Well, can I actually finish, please, Jupiter, before you start jumping in? As I was just building on what Cold-Blooded Triller was saying, he was talking about it being very crippling. So the reason being is because one of the stipulations in the IMF loan is that you will have to devalue your currency. And in devaluing your currency, it does bad things to your economy, and it also makes your resources. Yeah. Plus, the other thing about the empire, it's interesting that as the empire came to an end, the British and the Corporation of London were very wise to the fact that they no longer had power or money. So what did they do? They created a new policy through finance, through their British overseas territories. They created the Cayman Islands, banking in Jersey Island. And it's basically, it's the new way that they make loads of money. It's the new empire, their British overseas territories through finance, banking and finance through the Corporation of London. So the empire never really left.
Any of that.
And the Americans are the same.
Because you want to assume where he stands, right? You make these big monologues. Hold on, Hector.
What is she talking about?
What's happening is he's having a geriatric fit.
No, let them argue. Let the power couple argue.
I just don't understand what this. They've jumped to another argument now. Larry just spoke about some specific factual stuff.
Because he's come on and talked about the conditions, and they're the conditions that Hector's talking about. So Hector, if you pop listening instead of talking,
no, he's not actually. Jupiter, your husband didn't mention what I mentioned, so please don't lie.
He was just saying, just because it's got terms and conditions, you're saying it's wrong.
Oh my God, you're so fucking full of it, witness.
Full of what, bro?
Well, I don't understand why you're now being personal.
Conditions or not?
Why are you shouting?
Because
just calm down. I don't understand why you have to start shouting. I mean, you're an old man. You should. I know it's amusing to an old man behave like this. I was just joining the discussion talking about how the IMF cripples countries. So I don't understand why your husband is screaming. So I don't understand why you're screaming either.
Larry, nobody is disputing that. What Hector is pointing out, why are you even talking about it when it's already being discussed in Parliament to stop giving those funds? Wow. That's what he's saying. Why are you still crying about it when you've already got to the level of it being stopped?
You didn't listen to what I was saying. The thing that I said was that the empire still exists, and it doesn't just exist through loans. I mentioned the British overseas territories, banking and finance through the Corporation of London. So there are other ways that the empire still exists in the 21st century.
Can I ask a question, please? I haven't said much. And it is to you, Jupiter, and it can be to everyone. To be honest, if you've been abused for X amount of years, and then the abuse stops, the perpetrator stops the abuse, does that then eradicate all of that pain and all of that suffering that I had to go through Does it eradicate that? So you can't tell me now that I should stop, or the people should stop talking about this because now they've got what they wanted all this time. When realistically they should have got it in the first place. Do you see what I'm trying to say?
Better off asking Hector.
You haven't lived under colonization.
Wow.
No, I'm not. I'm putting it out there. I didn't say I did. I'm just putting it out there. Like that is basically the same thing.
You grew up in England.
I was a white person.
I know, but I'm not disputing it. I'm not saying that is not what I'm even talking about here. I'm just talking because she mentioned that. Boom, like why should they keep talking about it when now they've got what they've always wanted, but that should have never happened, and we should be allowed, or people should be allowed to speak on what they've gone through and not feel like they should shut up now because it happened however long ago.
And getting fucked over again. Getting fucked over again by a new deal to remove foreign aid isn't what the people have been wanting all this time. However this deal gets structured is going to fuck the people again. And that is not what they've been wanting all this time. So what are you talking about?
Humanize the situation so you can have some empathy towards these people.
Hold on.
Empathy is right. Empathy is right.
I'm going to explain something to you. Having empathy is one thing. Empathy isn't going to solve the problem.
Yeah, but Jubra.
Right? No one said it.
She's asking a question, Dublin. Let her ask the question.
Right? But the fact of the matter, look at it like this, right? You've got two sets of people, okay? One set of people have done horrific things to the other set of people, okay? It stops for a while. People live in sort of a bit of an equilibrium, right? But then the other set of people want penance for what their ancestors went through, okay? And then they want revenge. And the way they want revenge is to be in the position that the first group was in. Who's the stupid people if they allow that?
You made that all up.
When did it stop? It was only when the Brits either got turfed out of the places or when they were made to leave. You know, either way, they didn't leave on their own volition. They didn't leave on their own volition.
Sorry, can we just address the elephant in the room? Yeah, listen. Colonialism in itself, I may allow you to suggest has stopped. The effects of that colonialism has not stopped. It's still ongoing today because those same their minerals, Tate and Lyle sugar is based where? Does that go to the money in? Does that money go to Jamaica? Does that go to Mr. Tate and fucking Lyle, Jupiter? Yeah. So the effects of the colonialism is still there. Who owns the diamond mines? Who owns all of that stuff, Jupiter?
Who owns Jamaica? Who owns Jamaica?
People in Africa that are suffering, and not the British blacks. It's not for blacks in Britain that are suffering. You're eating out of the same bag of money that the white people in Britain are. It's Africans that are suffering.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Let me ask a question. I'm sure Jupiter. Wait. Sorry. Please.
Aliko Dangote. Have you heard of Aliko Dangote?
Yes.
Yeah. Have you heard of? Have you heard of Aliko Dangote? The last week?
Yes, we know. Yeah.
Okay. Now.
The Vibes Cartel.
He has, as far as I know, in my generation, Aliko Dangote and his father's company, they've had the license to import sugar into Nigeria. Who does it benefit? Does it benefit the whole Nigerians?
Nope.
Exactly.
Not at all.
Now,
not at all.
Hold on. Aliko Dangote is got the contract now to build a refinery in Nigeria to work side by side with what was already there that was left behind. Yep. Now, the terms and conditions for hold on. The terms and conditions for those contracts, do you know?
Enlighten me. I'm interested.
Do you know?
I know Who did he make a deal with? Who did he?
I don't know. I'm interested.
Let me put it this way. Simply, it will not even make any difference as compared to what is on the ground now.
Exactly. So you're making my point for me.
No, I'm not making your point. What I'm saying is, aside from whatever history that is got to do with looting of natural resources and what have you, as far as Africa is concerned, there are individuals today that we big up that are into those ventures still.
No, not that I big up.
Yeah, but we forget to
Nobody
look at
here is bigging him up.
Nobody here is bigging up black people
just making stuff up
that
again.
are
Nobody
raping the
here is
resources
bigging
on
up
behalf of the colonizers.
Why don't you check it out? I thought you said you've heard of Aliko Dangote.
Nobody here is bigging up Dangote. So please stop
what I am
lying.
saying, again, you're not getting the point I'm making.
You're not getting the point I'm making. Nobody
what I'm
here
saying,
is you had your say. Okay, so what we're all saying to you, nobody here is supporting Dangote.
I don't give a two monkeys.
Well, you should. You're talking to us.
It's true.
Nobody here.
You don't care.
Nobody here supports Dangote. So
why will you be blaming again? This is my point. Why will you be blaming one side? Just like as I made reference to the Chinese earlier on, I'm not making reference again using one single individual. But you've decided to ignore that individual.
So now I will say again. Let me conclude.
Hold on.
Make it really
Hold on. You're just repeating yourself over and over again. You're now telling us about Tate and Lyle. You already told us about Tate and Lyle. You're just like a broken record. You're just repeating the same thing over and over and over again.
Doesn't matter.
Now you're shouting, you're being aggressive, you're being violent, you're threatening.
Let me finish. Let me finish. You rude idiots. Let me finish.
Nobody here supports the Chinese or the British or the Europeans or Dangote. We're all on the same page, so there's no need for him to come in here and abuse anybody. Again, we don't support the colonizers who are European, who are Chinese, or who are even black individuals. They are all guilty. Did you hear what I said?
Hector, let him finish, please, man.
Yeah, because let me finish. Before I put it on time out, I was talking and he jumped on. If you remember,
started talking. You waited 10 seconds for him to talk, then jumped on.
He should do the same. He should do the same when I'm talking.
What's wrong?
I have done. Again, how about that? Now what? I have done.
Leary.
I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about you. You say this is what you're talking about.
Let him finish, though. Let him talk. Listen, we can have a good conversation. Let him finish.
When the same backup dancer of yours, when he interrupts me, nobody tells him, "Oh, shut up."
Whatever, man. Being silly. You came on backup dancing first, bro. What are you talking about? You're the original backup dancer. What are you talking about?
Caping for white supremacy.
Allow it, man. I'm trying to have progress the conversation, bro. He started and it was calm. Why did you need to cut him? Why did you feel the need to cut him? What is it in your fucking mindset means that you have to cut him as he's talking?
Supremacy.
You see all the words you've just used now. When he cut into me, did you use those words on him?
Bro, but you're the one calling me a backup dancer. So now you're gonna call me a backup dancer. I'm gonna come at you and show you that actually you out here break dancing, bro.
Regardless of what I say, regardless of what I say, like as I said, all the words you've used on me, did you use it on him when he interrupted me?
Bro,
exactly.
When he I said let you finish also, Hector. Rewind back, you hear me say let you finish also. He didn't resist like you though. That's the difference. He didn't resist and cry about it. He just shut up. Big difference. Now I'm coming at you because you tried to come at me. But when I asked him, he respectfully just kept quiet.
I'm not coming at anyone. All I'm saying is I cannot stand
not coming at anyone, bro. Seriously.
Your hypocrisy. Your hypocrisy. It stinks. Your hypocrisy stinks. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Hector, the affinity you have with the British Empire, is it just because you're married to a British person, or is it because you really love the British Empire and what they've done in your country and everywhere else in the world? What is it? Because you're coming off with some I love Britain.
My point. This is where, let me answer. This is where some of these morons don't understand where I'm coming from. Of course, it's abhorrent. I'm not saying for one bit or the opposite. No. But what I'm saying is, listen, why don't you balance it?
Nuance.
We do balance it. Why don't you and your wife balance it? We do.
You don't. Talking to you.
We talk about the British. You say, what about the Chinese?
Why don't you, if
that's
I
not
don't
balanced.
speak to your wife, let's not even go personal. If you want to go personal with me all day, I will go personal with you all night
it's not
long.
Personal. I said you and your wife don't
Oh my
balance.
God,
That's
can you
not
not just
personal.
answer?
I'm talking about this conversation.
Don't listen. Don't mention I'm talking to you. Because earlier on, you guys kept referring to me, your husband, your husband, your husband.
Yeah.
I kept quiet.
Yeah, because the two of you are coming on as a
to.
team. You can't deny that. The two of you are coming on as a team.
Dublin.
Is are coming on as a team.
Dublin, go next. Go next. Go next. Let Hector finish and go next.
Yeah. So what I was saying is, what I was saying basically is, as far as I'm concerned, the left hand did bad, the right hand did bad. So let's balance it. That's all I'm saying.
Cool.
Go ahead, Dublin.
But your missus was talking about
when will the Brits balance it?
Sorry, Dublin. Your missus was talking about being proud of the left hand, so we were talking about the left hand.
Yeah.
She wasn't talking about being proud of the Chinese.
Hold on.
Or proud of the African sellouts. She was talking about being proud of the British.
As far as I'm concerned, I know Jamaicans, people that are Jamaican. Hold on.
Someone read out the Red Golden Child's like dumb comment. Like I've noticed when it comes to Jupiter, Red Golden Child is like simps and cakes. Yeah, look at this dumb comment that this brother put up there. Look at this dumbness.
We sound
it's my brother, but he's a shit.
How do we sound nuts?
Don't back that one up. He's not a brother. He's not a brother.
That's Red.
Yeah, he's not a brother though. Why was he a brother?
No, it's
Just
just
to
like
quickly
BBC Radio 2 stage play. Wow, okay.
So Hector, can I ask you a question?
Maybe we're misreading
Wait,
the comment.
motion, just before you do that. So everybody here is agreed. Nobody here supports the British or the Europeans, nor do we support the Chinese, nor do we support the individuals, black or white, who are continuing the neo-colonial process.
Exactly.
So there is no reason why anyone should be coming on here to shout and abuse anybody.
And say that's what we're doing. As a way to divert from the conversation.
Yeah, and the other thing is, Hector, like...
Well, it is what you're doing, because the only people
wow.
Jupiter, you know these channels stand for anything but for great. Anything but great.
So would you like me to get personal with you, lot then?
So Jupiter, can I ask you a question?
Why would you do that though?
No, just let her do
it. Dublin, 1 second, Jupiter. You was on my panel. You was on my show with me when I was questioning whether or not what China is doing in Africa, the new colonialization. Yeah, I put that. Mind you, you can go back and replay because I ain't taking nothing down, so you can go back and find it. Yeah, I had a long conversation with Betty, and Betty, let me finish. And Betty tried to do the same thing that you guys are doing in reverse and say, but what about the British? What about the British? And I was arguing, Betty, I understand about the British, but I'm not discussing the British right now. I'm discussing the Chinese, right? Right now, we are discussing the British in South Africa. Okay, that is what we were discussing. Okay, but I don't understand why
we have to talk about China.
Go and divert onto the Chinese. If we're going to have a conversation about the Chinese, let's finish the conversation we are having. Once we have tied that up and everyone's got their opinions on, or we've got common ground or whatever, maybe we won't get common ground. But let that conversation get finished in its entirety before we then start talking about the Chinese.
The killings, going back to South Africa. Yeah, let's go back to South Africa. Let's go back to 1 week ago. The killings and all the lootings and all the burning and people throwing their babies down the roof. Was that caused by who caused it again?
Colonizers.
Was caused by
if you're we already came to an agreement.
There you are killing yourselves. Then you want to bring and prove the moral high ground.
We already came to an agreement with South Africa. Wow. Jupiter and I came to an agreement. We said that the blacks who were dying, who were being killed by blacks, that was bad. We also said that white people doing it was bad. We also agreed that the all-white town existing was bad. So there is nothing again that he needs to bring in to argue about South Africa.
Let's progress. Stop saying black people too.
You
black
see,
people do it too. Let's progress.
This is the problem. You go backwards and forwards, and more than one of you get involved.
Then why let's stay
on that topic. Let's stay on that topic.
There's two of you, and it's an open panel.
Let's stay on that topic. Hector. So you brought that up here about the black people killing each other and so on and so forth. Yeah. Do you think there are any? Do you think there are any socio-economic reasons that may do that? Do you think there's anything that may have accelerated that situation? Do you know anything about that backstory, or are you just putting it out there for?
And any black ops off the books reasons, any economic hitmen, any
just
of that?
so I know, because I'm trying to get educated on this, right? So please educate me, brother. I'm more than open to your ears, bro. If you know so much, more on it than me, should I say? I don't know about so much, but you know more on it than me, evidently. So please, bro, open my eyes, man. I'm all ears. I'll mute myself up right now. Look, in 3, 2, 1, muted.
Guess not. Yeah, I guess
you're not going to educate us.
Who are you talking to? I thought you were talking to Hector.
Talking to Hector.
No, I was talking to Hector. I was talking to Hector because I was saying to him, he put the statement out, and I said, okay, let's stay on the topic. And I was asking him if he's aware of any socio-economic issues that may have affected the mindset of the people out there. Not to say to justify it, but obviously there's going to be a feeling and sentiment over there, right? And I'm trying to understand what that feeling and sentiment is. And if Hector knows more about it, I would appreciate him to give me that enlightenment.
Any social economic things that are happening in South Africa that might have caused what's going on out there now?
Of course.
What the fuck are you talking about, dude?
Of course.
Yeah, Omar, I got my fan on, bro. It's hot out here.
If you look at KwaZulu-Natal, where the whole fucking whatever shit is, it's been kicking off for most of the time. What do you think is the unemployment rate in KwaZulu-Natal? So is that
what's
not
causing it?
What's the catalyst? What's the catalyst, Hector? Tell us.
Okay, then we'll go to the former president, if you want to go by that route, Jacob Zuma, that was that submitted himself and he got sentenced and jailed for not obeying the court.
They have him in falsely in prison.
Let him finish. Let him finish, man. Come on.
So what catalyst are you on about?
No, I'm asking you are you aware of any, bro? I just literally said to
and
you.
I just told you more about, if you want to go to the political side of it, Jacob Zuma's imprisonment and what have you, whether for corruption charges, whatever charges that was brought against him, I don't give a shit. Because I'm not.
Is that what it is, Hector? Is that what it is, Hector?
Because I'm not South African. Because I'm not South African. If I was to even go back, maybe by a year or two ago, why would I care about the shit if South Africans are kicking the shit out of themselves when they were kicking the shit? Hold on, when they were kicking the shit out of Nigerians not long ago. So what are you on about?
So Hector, on the reverse of that, yeah, why should we as Jamaicans then give a fuck about the Chinese in Nigeria when you motherfucking sold us?
Exactly. So I did not tell you. I did not tell you.
Even the argument. The question is, are there any socio-economic factors as to why South Africans were killing Nigerians? The same question, and it comes back to the colonizers and their influence. Africans are killing Africans because of Europeans.
Facts.
We're back there again. We're back there again.
And man didn't sell no one, man.
So are you going to allow him to answer the question, S, or you just want to give the answer for him?
You don't need allowances again. If you need allowances, fall back and sit on your sofa. If you need people to allow you to speak, you just ask, am I going to allow him?
Do you want to speak for Hector?
You ask if I'm going to allow him. Do I grant Hector permission to speak? Because that's what allow means.
Hector is a black man, is equal to you. In fact, he's an African. You're not his equal. You're not his equal, remember? Remember you said you lost all your heritage. Do you remember that?
We have reached an all-time low.
Yeah.
Right.
Why I can't even repeat it.
Yeah.
Wow. Now you get the license. Wow.
Hey, Jedi.
You do purity now, yeah?
I'm not equal to Hector because of my white blood, yeah.
You just did black purity now.
King Jediah, I salute you, King Jediah, as a Caribbean and as a lesser man than you.
Nah, stop that.
Yeah, man. I salute you, my greater brother.
You gave up
greater brother Jedi, greater brother Hector, greater brother.
They will always allow a black man to speak. They were lying.
Again,
they were
another white woman speaking.
Now they're
not about it, man.
No respect for true African. You talk over him. You have no understanding of his culture. You don't even listen to him. And that's
British
you
culture
are
now.
not a representative of Nigeria.
People, I'm just going to put this out there, yeah? I'm just going to put this out there. Yeah.
Wait. Sorry. Because was you talking to me, Jupiter?
Us, all of us.
No, talking to the Caribbean brother.
Was you talking to me? Was you telling me I'm not a representative?
You haven't been involved in the debate. No, I wasn't talking about you.
Who are you saying is not a representative of Nigeria?
I don't believe that is. If he's not gonna give a Hector the respect of saying that he is, then why should Mackie be?
About 1 second, yeah. Sorry. I didn't hear Mackie say. I didn't hear Mackie say that Uncle Hector is not a representative.
He doesn't have to say it verbatim.
But please hear me out. I didn't hear Mackie mention anything about whether Hector was allowed to be a representative of Nigeria. But I suggest, like I mentioned earlier, you find some respect for Africans, full stop, Nigerians especially, and don't surpass your place. Yeah, as the wife of a Nigerian man. Yeah, don't surpass your place and think that gives you the license to start telling people who's a true African, who's a true black man, and who's a representative of Nigeria. You're going too far now. You don't have the right. And it shows. Hold on. It shows. Sorry, I'm not finished. It shows your lack. Sorry, please let me finish saying what I'm saying. Jupiter, it shows your lack of respect for the culture. Full stop. Please stay in your lane about what you can co-sign and give the green light to. You have no say on Africa.
Exactly.
You have no say who's a true African.
It's this entitled behavior.
You can't be saying to any black person who is a true African, and you definitely can't be telling people who's a representative of Nigeria because you got a Nigerian husband. It doesn't work like that.
We're not even from the same tribe.
Hold on. Let me repass that same what you've just the narrative and all the monologue or whatever you guys call it. You've just given.
Stop talking like a victim. She doesn't have the right.
Does that apply whenever I jump on this panel and speaking in my African language? Does that apply? I've had the piece taken out of the way I speak. So where were you castigating those people?
I'm here to protect you. The
last time hold on. I'm not finished. Because you guys you like to pick and choose. You like to pick and choose and shoot you. Where have you been? Hold on, let me finish. I gave you the audience, even though it's your channel. Where were you when all the people that of Caribbean heritage when they've been taking the piece out of? Hold on.
I was on my channel. Hold on. I was on my channel. Hold on. I was on my channel.
That I talk about. Anyway, get on with it.
He's answering you, Hector.
Answer the question.
Yeah, I beg everyone.
That's what I'm saying. Where was he? I didn't see you come in and say, "Hold on a minute.
You're right,
guy. This is an African man. He's a black man. Where were you? Okay, you were cooking again. Anyway, thank you for having me. I'm done. Bye.
I bet. Because like I said, once logic is gone, one thing you're both good at is conceding before you take the ultimate blow of defeat. Because realistically, bro, that wasn't on my channel, had nothing to do with me. And if you was being disrespected, on my panel, I would have spoken up. You've never had your ethnicity disrespected on my panel without at least having the ability to disrespect the person back. Yeah, you can be very disrespectful. So I've no doubt you would say words that trigger people and vice versa. I don't tolerate or sponsor people disrespecting where I'm from, because I don't disrespect where anyone else is from. I just say the truth. That's it. If they don't like it, they don't like it. If I don't sugarcoat it, I don't sugarcoat it. But you've never been disrespected on this panel, Hector. So you have to take it up with wherever else you've been. Yeah,
right.
I don't. That's it.
So I'm gonna tell you how I see it. Okay. You. I don't know what about you, but Maku says it claims that he was born in Britain, right? He's British. As far as I know, he's British with Nigerian heritage. He speaks on Britain and he speaks on Nigeria. Okay. Through my marriage to my husband, I have a right to speak on Nigeria, just like every other Nigerian wife. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Because proper Nigerians, true Nigerians, Nigerians raised in Africa, said I can. Not you, who was born in Britain, and not Mackie, who was born in Britain.
I appreciate it that you're gassed, yeah. That you've got a Nigerian husband. You should be proud you have a Nigerian husband. But there's not enough days in a century for you to become Nigerian enough to speak on the Nigerian issues. You don't even live there. You've done nothing for Nigeria. You've done nothing for Nigeria as a whole. You don't become a spokesman. Hold on 1 second. If I marry a Japanese woman, I don't then become a spokesman and entitled to speak on Japanese issues over members of citizens of Japan and people that come from Japan. That doesn't make sense. Yeah, you can have a healthy respect. You can even want a champion and blah, 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 but you're never going to poke the finger and say who's a true Nigerian. You can't even make them statements. It's a joke thing.
I can make a distinction between people born in Britain and people born in Africa on the land. Yes, I can.
And I'm a typical example.
My eyes work exactly as equal as everybody else's.
And I'm a typical example. You can even tell by the way I talk. I'm a typical example. Yeah.
No, you don't. Shut up, man. You're
typical example.
Yeah, how about that?
I have every right to say my husband is more African than Maku because he can't legitimately argue it.
Exactly.
You're a joker. See the problem
in Britain, I was specifically Nigeria. That's the difference.
Sorry.
Children are more African than yours.
The problem is, being born in a country doesn't make you more of the country than someone born outside of it.
No, you was born and raised them.
Yeah, I know, but like, listen, what I'm trying to say to you is, everyone's got heritage. Everyone can lay claim. Maybe when we do the digging back, maybe Maku's lineage goes back further into Nigeria and for longer than Uncle Hector. We don't know. Uncle Hector I'm not saying that's the case at all. I'm just saying Uncle Hector being born and raised in Nigeria is a great thing. But for you, Jupiter, to be telling people that they are less or more is actually a woefully embarrassing statement to come out your mouth. You obviously don't, like I said to you before, you don't have. Sorry. Let me just wrap it up because I know you got short attention span. You don't have the license, or the ability to dictate who is real, who is true, who is rightful. Yeah, you stay in your lane. Do up England, do up Britain, do up Israel. Yeah, do up the countries that you are from. What's
got to do with me?
Your heritage, love.
Your heritage. Mate.
Yeah, I'm saying you can speak on your heritage, but like you telling somebody who is you said that you are Jewish. You said you got Jewish heritage. I don't care whether you have or not. It's not the point. What I'm saying is I tried to include all the places you said you were from. Right? And you said that here. That's it. So it's not about proving anything.
I had one great grandmother.
I don't care. I don't care. I'm just saying, wherever you are from.
My majority ethnicity.
I'm saying wherever you are from. Sorry, don't
my
cut me up.
majority ethnicity.
No, don't cut me up. Don't cut me up. I didn't finish my point. I didn't finish my point. Mute up or something, man. My point wasn't about Israel or how Israeli you are or whatever. My point was that these are places you say that you've come from. You've told me. I ain't gonna look for it. I don't care about it. I'm just letting you know what you've said to me. End of story. Right? And I'm saying you don't have the right to tell someone who's a true Nigerian or true African. Them words should stick in your throat and feel awkward as fuck. You have no regard, for the sanctity of fucking Africa, Africans. You got no fucking regard. You got no respect. And culturally, you are so far out of the loop because you, Oyibo, don't get the chance to tell a Nigerian if they're a true Nigerian or not. That's fucking rude. It's disgusting. Onyora, that's you. That's you. About Onyoshi. Onyora, that's you. Dickhead,
shut up, man.
Man, don't try to diss me. Listen, don't try to diss me because I'm speaking some truth. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Let me keep it real. Listen, man. Look after yourself, and your own interests. But when you start getting so comfortable that you think you can tell someone else if they're truly this or truly that, that's when you start sounding fucking bigoted. Let's relax yourself. Relax yourself a little bit.
S up when he did that earlier this evening. You hypocrite. You mean like S earlier this evening?
Wow.
There you go.
You need to back up.
What did I say about who was a true what earlier on?
now, do you?
I know it hurts that I buried you and your husband several times.
Now, do you? Deadeye? And I thought you wasn't racist.
Race now.
Wow. What
I
are
thought
you
you
even talking about, Judah?
So now you want to go by ethnicity.
Man,
in that
older than the concept, man.
You know,
I can't be proud of, and give your passport back and go because you don't consider yourself
what did I
British.
say that was racist, Juba?
You have just gone down the ethnic lines of what a neo-Nazi believes. Okay, you believe that it matters by your blood and not by whether you're born there or raised there or anything else. You believe because you are ethnically Nigerian, even if you'd never set foot in that place, even if you knew nothing of the culture, you have more say than somebody who's African or at least equal say.
Wow.
Sorry,
not
sorry, let me respond.
It is not.
How many British Nigerians have
Name your husband's tribe.
Please. Let me respond. I beg you, look, stop that. You can hear she talking to me as well. Like, I just want to say one thing. Jupiter, at no point in time did I ever say that. You have a real problem keeping up with the words I said. I said you, as a white woman, don't have the right to make the judgment. So if it's racist for me to say that you have to be from the land to make the judgment, how racist is it? How more racist is it of you to not be from the land and think you can make that judgment of who's a true African and who's a true Nigerian? You're just so dumb. You don't even think about what you just said. You're the one that made the statement about race and ethnicity. And I'm telling you that you don't have the right to say that because you're a white woman. Yeah? You're not Nigerian. You're not African.
Yeah, of course
that's what I said, yeah?
That's racist.
Hold on.
There's nothing I said about racism. I just said you being married to an African woman, to an African man should be proud. However, to tell another African man that he's less African than another is folly because you don't have the right.
Yeah, I agree with you. If you want to look at it,
Uncle, I'm talking.
I want to look at it.
Yo, Uncle Hector, I'm sick of your childishness and your inability to listen to other people. You never set the right example. And yet I still call you uncle. You're just disrespectful. And you let this woman disrespect us. You let your woman, you married a white woman, and you're making her disrespect Nigerians, telling them who's a real Nigerian, who's a true Nigerian. Stupidness. You should be embarrassed.
When did she say that? When did she
said it
say
today.
God. All she said was, hold on. What I heard her say is she has every right to speak about Nigeria. That is what she said.
She said, I'm lesser than you because you're a true African. That's what she said.
And you said, no, she don't.
That's what she said.
She's a white woman, and she's the only just because of the fact that she's married to a Nigerian does not qualify her to speak for Nigerian affairs.
I'll pull up the thing, please.
Someone hold on. Hold on. That was when I turned. Okay, if you want to go, you don't want me to speak that.
No, man.
No. You're being ignorant, unks, man. Stop that, man.
You know what motion, yeah? You know what motion, yeah? Normally I would, but you know how we all preed what was said and what wasn't? Like, it's like we don't need to, we're good in it. We don't need to do that, man. And don't get pissed off either, motion, because you're too good for that. And you know it's a dumb argument that they're bringing, so it's not quite getting rid
I was just going to say, I just find it odd in these live streams that some people just think that they're automatically ambassadors for some region. I mean, my view is, can you please stop talking over me? I'm now talking. Why are you talking over me? I'm talking and you started talking over me.
Hold on, let me drop my point. And
I'm still talking. You started talking over me. Can you mute this guy? I don't understand what's wrong with this guy. I'm talking and then he starts talking over me. And then he's going to stop playing the victim, saying that people are talking over him. It's ridiculous. As I was saying, nobody represents any country or any nation. You only represent yourself. I don't represent any part of Africa. I'm still talking. Why are you now talking over me now? Now you're talking over me. It's like, use some impulse control, for goodness sake. Like I said, nobody represents any nation or any region. You only represent yourself. You're not the ambassador. You weren't appointed by any people in any country. So this whole notion that people think that they represent anyone. I don't represent anyone. Stop talking over me.
You know what? Yeah, we we need an adult to argue or to talk with, because Uncle Hector just keeps. He wants to have this shouting match. I don't want to do it. I want Uncle Hector to be able to speak without anyone speaking over him, and vice versa. I'm not sure why he won't allow. You know what? I'm going to cut O'Leary halfway through whatever he was saying and give the mic to Uncle Hector. And hopefully, when you're done, Uncle Hector, are you going to mute now? Now you found the mute button.
No, because the minute I start talking, people will interject.
No. I'll make sure no one
speaks.
Going
on about respect. You see, this is what I'm saying.
I'll make sure no one speaks.
You were the one going on about Africa, Nigeria.
Even avoiding that.
Right.
Go for it. The mic is yours. Everyone's going to mute. Go for it.
Go for it, Hector.
Yeah, you can't be bothered. That's what I thought. All right, cool. Sorry, O'Leary, you were saying?
Thank you. I was just saying that, in my opinion, nobody represents any country or any region. I represent myself. I represent my own views. If you want to criticize me, then you criticize me. I don't represent a people or a country. And I find it odd that certain people feel that they're automatically ambassadors for like a country or a region. You're not. You're just giving your own personal opinion. And that's all it is. I represent myself, no nation. Nobody here represents any nation. That's my personal opinion.
Okay.
And you're well entitled to it. Just like as I am, you yourself, you don't represent anybody. So for you not,
man, come on, man.
For you not to not turn around and say, oh, you are casting aspersions as if you represent somebody. Doesn't work that way, does it?
So I'd like to respond to what Jedi said. So if O'Leary is right, why didn't you jump in, O'Leary, earlier on when S was saying what he thought on Britain and everything else? He's got no right to speak. You don't believe
anybody. And I did jump
else?
in. I had the conversation directly with you, and we came to an agreement. Have you forgotten?
No, we agreed about South Africa.
Yeah.
You didn't say to O'Leary, hold on a minute, O'Leary, you can't tell somebody in Britain about being British because nobody's got the right to represent any country. You didn't say that.
I wasn't telling people in Britain about being British.
Yes, she was. Yes, she was. She was telling me that I can't be proud to be British, and I'm telling you I can.
Sorry, Jupiter, you're lying. She's talking to me and O'Leary.
Who are you talking to, Jupiter?
I'm now talking to S because S interjected.
Who was you talking to before S interjected?
O'Leary.
Well, you were speaking to O'Leary about O'Leary because you used the word O'Leary.
No, I was talking to O'Leary.
You must have been confused. No problem.
Yeah, about O'Leary's behaviour when he came on. When he came on, he didn't say to S, you can't tell people whether they're British or not because nobody's got the right to do that.
Did S tell you that you was British?
No, he told me I had no right to say that I'm British. That's what he said.
No, I didn't. I never said that.
Wow.
I said you are proud to be British. I even earlier on in the conversation made a point of saying, if I say you are proud to be British or you are British, is that me the same as saying you're not allowed to be British? I cleared this up earlier and you know I did, but you're deflecting and lying again.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's not how I interpreted it.
Wow.
Because
interpreted, it's recorded.
Right, when I turned round and said to you, I have every right to be proud of being British. Why would you want to stop me from being proud? You said because of all the fuckeries that your ancestors done.
I never said that.
You're not British because you're proud.
I never said that. I never said that.
I shouldn't be proud to be British.
No, I never said that.
Do you think that?
You said it by default.
Do you think it's possible he wasn't telling you're not British, but rather questioning how much pride you held over the events? When you was asked, are you proud to be British? What was your answer, Jupiter?
Yes, I'm proud to be British.
That was your answer.
You said some of it. In today's conversation, some of it.
Me, am I proud of British history?
Yeah, that's what Jedi just said.
If you ask me, am I proud to be British?
If history is being questioned, why are you now trying to make it seem as if he was questioning your ethnicity and your right to claim? If you now admit it, we're speaking about it was about history.
Okay. So because when he said that he didn't want to be British, and I said, well, if you
don't want to be British, I said I'm not British. I define who I am. I define it. I define who I am, not you.
But according to O'Leary, you can't because no one represents anything.
Wow.
And that's what I'm asking O'Leary.
Wow.
Why didn't he jump on at that point and say, actually, S, you're wrong. In my opinion, nobody represents any country.
I wasn't wrong, Jupiter.
But the point is,
you asked me, how do I feel about white South Africans getting run out of South Africa? That's where I jumped in and said they should have got run out long time. And then I started talking about you being proud to be British. You're proud of your British history. Like, I didn't tell you can't do anything. I decide if I'm British or not. I don't care where I'm born. Jupiter, you're lying. You're lying. You're lying.
The argument went along to the point where you said that you wasn't British, and I said you should bleach up your passport and leave.
Yeah, but I don't have to.
You said
being British has got nothing to do with this land.
Actually got to the point of saying, I ain't British. I should drop my passport and leave.
Wow. I never said that.
Anyway, do you still feel you have the right to tell people who are true Africans?
Right, I think I've got the right to decipher who I consider to be an African in my paradigm and who's not. So I would say that Maku is ethnically African, okay, but he's British. I would say that if what's his name, Jedi is born in Africa.
All right, listen, don't time out Triller because you don't like what he's saying. Don't time out Triller because you don't like what he's saying. I'm like, it's not what it's supposed to be used for. Don't do that. Sorry. Jimmy Jazz on the other hand, yeah, bang him out. But yeah, let loud Triller, man. Triller's harmless.
No, to be honest, I don't even know.
Anyway, man, look, you can see, like I remember today, I schooled the people listening on the effective ways to speak to Jupiter and kind of just shut it down. She doesn't have arguments that are based in truth. They're based on emotion and based on her ability to think on the spot.
No, I
never asked you to interrupt me. Sorry, I'm not asked for your opinion. I'm making a statement. Like, I'm not even trying to argue with you. I'm saying this is facts. When the truth... Can you just mute up, please? I'd like to be able to listen back to a sound clip. I'd like to be able to listen back to a sound clip of me talking without your voice underneath it. Like, just like I award you the ability to do so. Right, anyway. Jupiter doesn't argue from a factual stance. She argues from emotions and the ability to freestyle on the spot. As you just saw with that point about who's a true African and whether O'Leary or S made any statements about her not being able to be proud of being British, which nobody mentioned. It was about history, but she span it and span it and span it. It's all you're going to get with her. Like, when I tell you that Jupiter cannot accept truth when presented to her, she doesn't have the ability. And this is why I think she's just so dishonest. It's just whatever truth you give to her, she's going to spin it.
Spin it, yeah.
Crazy.
Okay, you can
she's not even really good at what she's doing. Remember, she just stated that I'm not as African as her husband.
Right.
Now she's trying to spin it that, oh yeah,
how
Mackie's
dare
African.
I talk to him? He's greater than me.
And he's
a true African. You actually said he's greater than me. You actually said that because I'm not a true African. That was your actual words.
Yeah, if you're born in Britain, yeah, which you said you was, that's the truth.
Yeah,
so you're the truth is that you're only ethnically African. You're not a real African.
Right. Ethnically African is the real kind of African.
I just wanted to clear something up. Is African actually an ethnicity? I didn't think it was.
I didn't think it was.
No, but let's not even debate that. She means I might be ethnically derived from black people, but I wasn't born or raised there, so I'm not as great as Hector.
Well, by default, in my paradigm. So yeah.
So all the white people aren't as great as Hector then.
And they're made up of
the ones born in Africa. They're as great as Hector.
Black-skinned people that by default are called African.
you know what? I really like the word.
I mean, from any of the
like the word paradigm. Yeah, I beg Jupiter, don't ruin it like she ruined you. Yeah, I like the word paradigm. Don't start using it.
Don't ruin it like new one.
I can't even fucking hear that word.
True.
Give it a rest. Yeah.
Because it's a continent. Africa's a continent.
No,
yeah. As I asked from the beginning, can you tell me what your husband's tribe is? Like, this is how we work where we come from. Like,
why?
All the nonsense. But that's how we deal with each other. We don't deal with this Nigeria.
Tribe is ICF. Get me?
Like, what are you doing?
Okay, let's just clarify one thing. African is not an ethnicity. Nigerian is not an ethnicity either.
No. So what tribe are you? What tribe is he? Like, what? Please put respect on all the people in the room's name who come from that region. Like, some of us are not the same. We are not all the same. So, like, you better put some respect on man's name. Like, I don't know where your husband's from, man. It's just mad. Just because he can speak my language, it doesn't mean he's ethnically the same as me. You get
I've been talking to you on YouTube.
Just that my language is coming like the English of Nigeria, you know?
Tribe. So why do you want to know my tribe? I've been talking to you on
because
YouTube.
That's how we
talking about ethnicity. That's why.
That's how we deal with each other. If a man asks me, "Oh, where are you from?" Mike? I say, "Oh, I'm Yoruba and I'm Shakiri." Right? That's it. Plain and simple. There's no argument. There's no complication. It's not a trick question. 1 second. It's not a chick question or nothing like that. I was just straight up and honest.
No wonder. No wonder.
Wow.
Are you now being
Jupiter, just
need to stay in your lane.
Keep traveling with your husband back to Nigeria. Eventually, it will catch up to you. Go on.
Come to where we are. Come to Worry. Bring your wife. Bring your wife to Worry. And see what happens, man. With that
can't cheat energy. So keep
you will leave with your wife in peace.
You say wait you say make I carry my wife go wafi. I carry my wife go wafi. You hear me so?
Come to Worry.
As I carry my wife go wafi, not be the worry where you dey talk to now wafi. I go carry my wife. We go enter wafi. I go video am. Listen, Marco, because you know you talk shit. Can't worry. No, we're not
really talk shit. You and your wife.
Now, wafi.
You be worried about worry.
Listen, I they tell you so.
You be worried about worry.
When I sit up for where wafarians there, you're not going to show.
Is he talking to you, Slapper?
Yeah, supposedly. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying to man is, at the end
who
of the day,
do you know in worry? You want to make any call names of families who are not for worry?
Just take a Lagos.
Call names of families who are not for worry.
Just take a Lagos and relax. You know what I'm saying? Go to some funny hotel in Lagos and just relax yourself. Don't come out to those rural areas where real people live. Do you know what I'm saying? Because her racism will not be tolerated. As I said, you bring your wife, but she will leave in many boxes.
Which racism? Now we don't digress.
Oh, no. The one that you're blind on. The one that you can't see.
Now you tell me just now, I no go carry my wife.
I'm telling you. Well, listen.
Now they tell you so. You know they understand. I go inside wafi. Not be worried. I go inside wafi. NRA Junction. Okumagbale.
Maku, listen, yes, brother. Don't empower this nonsense, brother.
I'm hearing what you're saying.
No, you're just playing. You're playing ping pong with man.
Because you're not getting arguments.
Well, there was something serious that took place. I mean,
I go carry my wife to wafi. I go carry my wife to wafi.
All right, man. Let's get back to some points. So, Lyric, you were saying?
Yeah, I was just saying it's just tragic that she felt the need to insult Sniper's ethnicity, and her husband supported her doing that. I just think that was wrong. Yeah, and S as well. I think that's wrong.
I should come to worry. You see me in worry, bro.
Man, you ain't even been to Africa in 30 years.
Nobody's insulting anybody's ethnicity. We're just gonna deal with facts. Shakira's, do you know what they wear when they get married?
Stop, Jupiter. Just stop. You're being racist again.
They wear a British hat. So who's nicking whose culture?
Wow.
No, you sound stupid. Like That bowler hat, yeah, that the Portuguese wore, 1 second, that the Portuguese wore, yeah, and we had interactions with the Portuguese way before we had any interaction with any British.
Before the British, but I thought it was the British who went there first.
Well, that's why the Benin bronzes that you stole depict these scenes. Right. So you need to go to the British Museum.
You better mute up if you're busting it up, man.
First and did all these troubles.
Listen, you need to go to the British Museum and look at the Benin bronzes and see what they depict. Because who stole them? You guys did. So now you're acting all confused. Yeah, but you should really go to the Natural History Museum or whatever museum they've got them in.
I've already
Right. These Portuguese guys with their muskets. 1 second. These Portuguese guys with their muskets and their
engravings, Maku. Because I know what's on some of those engravings. Isn't it wars where they're celebrating killing other people?
No,
Maku.
you're confused. You're confused.
No, but you don't like that. You don't agree with that, do you?
Said you're confused.
You're confused.
You don't agree with that, do you?
No, I agree with a lot of stuff. I agree with a lot of stuff. I mean, it comes as a package. Your history is your history. We can't run away from it. If my people executed their enemies or whatever, or had certain ceremonies, 1 second.
Exactly what I said earlier.
But when we're not talking about that, we're talking about you. We're talking about your people. When they came in there, yeah, they did worse atrocities than anybody could have done throughout the history of the country. Like, let's stop doing that. Do you get what I'm saying? We know these things. We know these facts.
Nobody has said that
the worst you could do and say about my tribe was that we wear bowler hats. But you didn't want to say when we killed loads of British. You didn't want to say that. The 14-day war. You didn't want to say that. You weren't having it. You didn't want to say that. Yeah. Why you doing it though? You cowards. Do you get what I'm saying?
Oh, really?
Coward. Your husband's from a coward tribe.
So what traditional?
No one knows.
What, tell me, Maku, what traditional celebration?
Who knows them? Bruv, don't tell me about my country, you idiot.
Where they actually sacrificed their own people. Tell me what celebration that was.
Bruv, forget all that, right?
No, Maku.
We sacrificed.
The only abhorrent thing that your peoples have done, yeah, is kill British people, yeah? That's not true, though, is it? What about the sacrifice?
I think the first thing we did was kill a British person, yeah.
What about your sacrificing ceremonies?
1 second. We sniped. One second. We sniped on this expedition where you was going down the Niger, your people was going down the Niger, the same boat with the woman who named the place Nigeria or whatever, yeah? Someone got shot on the boat because you lot tried to go down to the Delta to find out, to nosy and see what was going on. Unfortunately, them man had been dealing with the Portuguese, so they were well armed. 1 second, and from within the forest or the dense area, someone got shot on the boat.
What is he talking about?
Listen,
the history.
Why was the
find out?
It's the history of the region. Like,
was it not because your king has already been paid money and didn't produce the goods?
No.
Yes,
because
it was.
They didn't know about them until.
No.
1 second. Anyone can pull it up here, yeah? They didn't know about us until the shooting, right?
That's not true.
These are the facts. You didn't know about us. We were merchant traders down there in the south. You didn't know.
Do you know he tried to tell me he was part of the royal family and he don't even know?
So wait, I just want to understand. So we've moved from talking about South Africa to talking about China to talking about the Shakiris now. So it's like we're jumping all over the place. There's no.
Man. Just leave my country alone. Like, you don't know nothing about it. Your husband doesn't even.
And then we also arguing.
You be pretty cool. Whether you like
shitting in his pants, talking about, oh, I'll go to worry. I'll go to worry. I'll go to worry.
You be pretty cool. Not deny. You be pretty cool. Whether you like him or not. You know what I'm saying?
Go to Lagos and relax.
You don't feel compare yourself to me.
With your dirty wife, man. Shut up, man. You know that she has
to
keep her mouth shut.
And your dirty mama, shut up. And your dirty mama, shut up.
She has to keep her mouth shut when she's in the country. These are the facts, bro.
I think yourself and your wife to your mama put shut in her mouth. When we talk, when people like me talk, when people like me talk, Mark, you supposed to sit down because you don't know
parents. He ain't done that already. That's why she's
acting for you. Ojodi for you. Ojodi for you, man.
She's not up to with the traditions and customs.
I say Ojodi for you. Cost yourself, you don't know.
You've become westernized, my brother.
If I tell you be Shekiri, let me tell you how now the dress.
You've become westernized. Whether you can speak pidgin or not,
your
your
heart
says,
me when westernized when they're not born, and let me tell you
your
how
heart says colonized. Your heart says colonized. You've been here 30 years, bro. Like, stop it, man.
No, you're abusing the Shekiri. All this guy does is he just abuses ethnic groups in Nigeria. I mean, what is this guy's problem?
It doesn't even make sense. But he's gonna get that work. What can he say? His tribe, where he's from Benin. You know where he's from, Larry?
He's proud of all those.
He's from Benin, the country.
Yeah,
no, he's not. He's from Benin, Nigeria.
No, he's not. Yeah, no.
Okay, I come from the Niger Republic. I say you be Ojudi. You will not know how your cost of the dress.
Congo. I mean, Togo. Yeah.
You be Mumu. You be Mumu.
Where all the gold was, where the Portuguese went, where the man sold the man them. Where they sold
anything to talk. Even see your guy self, we not even come from Ghana.
There's Portuguese, the statues of Portuguese man.
We not come from Ghana.
Everyone can look it up.
Ghana to the talk.
Benin, the country.
Shakara Ghana to the talk. Yeah, Shakara no be Ghana. You there they talk shit. Mumu. Shut up.
I'm telling you, like, you can try and insult me. Yeah. At the end of the day, yeah, I'm gonna tell the truth. We worked it out.
You know what's funny,
I was getting all this abuse from Betty, yeah, and I was like, bro,
say that he can't tell you where you're from. It's so hypocrite.
You can't. You know why? You can't. He don't want to reveal his tribe or nothing.
He's allowed to tell people where they're from, yeah?
How do we work with that when a man won't even tell his own tribe? He's a coward.
Matthew's allowed to, yeah.
He's a coward, man. Come on. He won't even tell us his tribe. Like, what type of game is that?
Yeah. You just don't like your hypocrisy being
Nigerians don't do that. Like there's things, there's many things that even though we're in England and in the diaspora, we have a certain way of dealing with each other. One is respect. What tribe are you? Oh, Igbo. Oh, Yoruba. Oh, do you know what I'm saying? Fulanese or wherever one. He's still Nigerian, but
what tribe he is if he doesn't want to.
Respect on each one's name, bro.
No. That's British way of doing it.
I go tell you.
He's not British.
Why I go tell you? You tell me before.
He's a British citizen.
You tell me before say your papa na Yoruba chief. Today you say you be Shekiri. So why I go tell you? Bontro way. Why I go tell you? But carry your
wisdom, man. Like, allow it, man. As I said, both my parents don't come from the same region, but they are basically from the same tribe. If the Shakiris are not a Yoruba tribe, 1 second. If the Shakiris are not a Yoruba tribe, what are we doing? What are we talking about? Right. So at the end of the day, yeah, my tribe is Yoruba, and the other part of me is full Yoruba, if you want to say. Like, what does that mean? It doesn't mean anything. And even in fact, when we go into it, they'll probably stem from other regions and other tribes mixed in and whatever. It doesn't matter, bruv. Yeah, you just got to know yourself and know your history. I know mine, but that's not the issue here. What I'm saying is, yeah, I know for a fact when I did the research on what man was talking about, man comes from that place called Benin, right?
You research it.
Not Benin, the kingdom in the Delta, no. Yeah, we're talking Benin that the Portuguese took over. Yeah, and those guys. Hold on 1 second. Let me finish. Those guys helped.
And it's not the Republic of Benin.
Those guys are the people that Motion's talking about. Listen, those guys are the people that Motion's talking about when they say Nigerians or people in that region. Later on to be called Benin. Now you want to separate it because all the gold's there. We saw what the plan was.
What are you talking about?
1 second. All of those people, because let me tell you, I'm from the biggest tribe within the country. Oh my God, right? Listen. And our thing.
He's after the Benin gold.
1 second. Allow it.
He went that you Benin.
You ain't getting tribal marks for no one. So you better listen to me, man. I'm teaching you and your husband right now. Right. So we have a thing called tribal marks, and you've got to check the records of when we had interactions with the Europeans.
Not so much. Let me ask you a question. What is the problem that is brewing now in according to you, you know Benin too well. What is the problem that is brewing now in Benin City? Can you let us know?
Bro, there's always
to do with the artifacts. Let me give you a step ahead. To do with the so-called artifact you referred to earlier. What is brewing up now in Benin to do with it? Tell us, please.
Bros, what are you talking about? Like you
Exactly,
were just
because
talking about China.
I've
One
asked you a
second,
question.
dumbass. You were just talking about China. That's and you felt that was
That
more
was ages
important than
ago
what was
because
going
you
on
now
in
decided
Benin.
to tell me I'm from the Republic of Benin. Remember, that was
You're asking
ages ago.
questions, yeah, but you
That
don't
was
answer any.
ages ago. That was
You don't
ages
answer any
ago.
questions.
But in
This
case
is
you
the whole
don't
point.
know,
You
in
want
case
to
you
ask
don't know,
questions. One
there is a
second, man.
big division between now
You
the Oba of
don't answer
Benin
any
and the
questions.
governor of Benin City.
My
You
friend,
understand me?
my friend,
So let
my
me
friend,
update you. You
my
know
friend,
fuck all, Marco. I
my
say you know
friend.
fuck all.
Let
You
me
don't know
finish.
anything. You don't know anything, my guy. You don't know anything now. So I'm not going to
I'm not
listen
your
to person
guy,
like you.
one.
I'm not
I'm
going
not
to
the
listen to
same as
people
you,
like
bro.
you.
I'm not.
Before they
I'm
tell me
different from you.
rubbish
Now,
online. Even
one
face
second.
you don't tell me all
Can I
this
finish?
rubbish. I better carry on, go.
Can I finish, please? Like, don't run. Just stay there, sit tight, yeah, and let me
You
talk,
know
innit?
what?
I don't know why you're trying to block me talking.
This guy
Yeah.
deserves his own
Today,
show.
I'm actually trying to talk to you. Usually I'm cooking you. You know what I'm saying? Usually I'm just be cooking you, you know, toilet cleaner, you know the usual. Like I does this, but this is
So
not
you
that.
haven't seen him working
This
on
is
the
not that.
weekend.
This is not that.
Yeah,
He cleans toilets,
what are
whatever, man.
you?
That's not my
What
business.
are you?
He got
Like fucking
furloughed
baba
from cleaning
makes
toilets.
out like somebody
You're
that
not
makes
going
out
with
to
that
be a
argument.
baba, whereas
Stop
all
it.
you do is say weed all day.
Stop
Yes,
it,
I'm
man.
a cleaner and I'm
Got
proud of it.
furloughed, man.
Will you be say? Will you
Furloughed
say
from
you're
cleaning
proud of
toilets.
selling
Mad.
weed all day
Yeah.
through the back door of your so-called barber shop
Bro,
as a
what are you
front?
talking
Nah,
about,
I
man?
don't
Like,
think
stop
so.
it, man.
I didn't think
Yeah?
so.
You're
You
just
stop
broke.
it. You stop
Yeah?
it.
You're
You don't do
broke.
no fucking
Stop
work. You live in
Serbian.
a fucking flat and you're talking shit.
What?
Why buy your boxers? Have you changed your boxers recently though?
What?
Dickhead.
All right. Anyway, yeah. So you go on Tommy Robinson marches as a black man, and you want to tell me something? You sound stupid. As well. Yeah.
You Robinson.
To the left, everything you own in a box. To the left, in the closet, that's my stuff. Yes, if I bought it, say, don't touch.
Don't touch. You get me?
To the left, to the left.
Yeah, to the fucking left. These fucking ingrates, inbreds. Both of them.
Tony Robinson matter, we still
Both of them, you know.
You know what I'm saying? Now me tell
This
you
guy
just
left
I
Africa
told you still be
30 years ago.
Now me, if I
No
my wife
looking
tell
back.
you na dress code. Now my
he's
wife,
now he's a black
now
now.
my wife tell you your dress code.
He's a black
Fucking
now.
moron.
He's a black now.
You are laughing at the ignorance. Exactly. If I be you, I would cry. If I be you, I go to cry. Because nothing to laugh about. I would cry if I be you.
Why? I never got furloughed for cleaning toilets. Why would you cry? Why would I cry? Right, thank you. I make my own money. I've always made my own money. Now, let's move on. Yeah. When it comes to the subject of Nigeria, yes, Jupiter, you do not have a say. Your husband should have hushed you and said, listen, no, you can't say that.
I'm his wife.
And you don't have to say, as a Nigerian, to tell me what topic of the day my wife should engage in. You don't have any fucking
no,
right.
I'm not engaging. It's not even a
This is not even know where you come from.
No,
Whether you know where you go.
Outright racism is
You're
not
not getting it right. You're not getting it right. You're not getting it right.
Racism is not a
topic. You're not getting any right to talk to my wife. You hear me so?
Racism
You're
is
not getting it right.
bro.
You're not getting it right to tell my wife what you should go talk and what you should not talk.
And
I not be your brother. You're my brother. You Niger me say I be your brother.
Don't tell me no Niger no Niger man will allow that.
I get my brothers and sisters. Now every Nigerian be brothers. Mumu.
Yeah. No Niger man would allow that. Why are we doing that?
He doesn't respect me as your wife.
Yeah. You're not a rebel like fella. You're not trying to throw up
two ways,
tear down the government.
It's a lesson you've been taught tonight. It's a lesson you've been taught tonight. Respect goes two ways. And
why
you've
did
been
you insult his ethnicity? Why did you insult his ethnicity, Jupiter? Why did you make fun of his ethnicity?
This man has no standing, no
one makes fun of his
nothing.
ethnicity. I pointed out a fact.
Yeah, he's an immigrant, proper thing.
He has a British passport though.
Yeah, he's an immigrant. He came here as an immigrant. That's it.
Yeah, he did. He's an immigrant.
Yeah,
he came in as an immigrant.
And my ancestors never came here as no immigrant.
Illegal one. And he's got
no refugee business.
And what?
They bought property. They bought all sorts in England.
He doesn't claim to be ethnically British. He doesn't claim to be ethnically English. So what's your problem?
No, I'm saying like he's an immigrant. Remember, he came here for trying to get away from something. Like my ancestors never did that.
He didn't try and get away from anything. He came here for a job. He had a job lined up before he left.
And a wife.
What do you mean, and a wife? You're talking shit, mate.
Okay, so then he got you. which is shit. I understand.
Jeez, Mackie, that was so quick.
You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta know what you're talking about.
Thinks that was quick is dumb.
You know huh? No, you dumb. You remedial. You retarded. And your husband the same. Yeah.
You can call me all those
imitation
things. You
Nigerian
Patrick. Attire for your own tribe was, mate.
I can't believe he's actually
this
sitting
Nigerian
there.
Patrick, is not gonna make it out here. You get me? You know how I do, man. Like I'm pulling my strap close right now. You get me? Because this guy is going to get this work tonight. I can't believe that he's endorsing anything that you're saying. He's not even tried to check you once, but he wants to check other grown men. This man who's been abused by women.
I want to tell you one parable for Igbo.
You get me?
I want to tell you one parable for
you. You want to give me some parables or something? Blah, blah,
I want to tell you one parable.
I'll give you a parable.
If you learn the meaning of that parable, you yourself not go get peace. Imbiri, Kambiri, Google it, then tell me what it means.
But you're not Igbo.
If you don't, I don't give it. Oh, I'm not Igbo. Good, but I can speak. I understand.
But you're not Igbo.
Until you apply by that same basic Igbo rules, you yourself not go get.
Tell us about your ethnicity. Share it with us. Your ethnicity.
I know your ethnicity. What I will tell you
about ethnicity? Stop impersonating the Igbo. You're not Igbo.
What as my
is Yoruba?
I know your ethnicity.
You're not Igbo. So just tell us about your ethnic group.
As far as I'm concerned, this is YouTube. You can be a motherfucking guy from.
Stop trying to impersonate Igbo. You're not Igbo. You're not Igbo. Stop impersonating
some obscure tribe that we never heard of.
Have I asked you about your tribe or ethnicity? You've
been in.
You're the one that tell me. You've told me twice. First and foremost, you said you are Yoruba parents.
I should call it equatorial Benin.
When you tell me, I agree. You know me say I go tell you where I come from.
Clear to people because it doesn't even.
I don't tell you Imbiri, Kambiri. Go until you know the meaning. Then you live by those words. You yourself, you not go. I will not let you live.
You know, like they got the paperwork.
You're not Igbo. Stop it, man.
Yeah.
He's not Igbo. He's not. He never said he was.
He's from the tribe of Toby.
Where did I tell you I was?
Toby.
You see, this is where I'm ahead
of you. Share with us your own ethnic group.
Use your own. I'm ahead of you. How many languages do you understand?
Proud of your ethnic group.
How many languages do you understand? Narrow and down, Marco. How many languages?
Proud of your ethnic group, Hector.
He's an idiot as well. He's an idiot.
Proud of your ethnic group. There's no point coming on being abusive.
The country of the blind, they say the one-eyed king.
You should be proud of your ethnic
or whatever it calls himself is the one-eyed king.
You ain't Yoruba.
All the shit that
house out. You get me? If you ain't Fulanese or something, I'm cooking.
Stop trying to imitate the Igbo. Be proud of what you are, Hector. Be proud of your ethnic group.
I never told anybody I was Igbo. All I said is I understand Igbo and I speak the language. Is that clear? Did that make sense clear to you?
What is Hector trying to pretend to be Igbo? He's not.
Yes.
There we go. Oh, news headline news. Yeah, right. Yeah.
He's ashamed of his ethnic group. He keeps on trying to pretend he's Igbo.
But when he spoke about Warri just now, didn't you hear my reply to him about what?
Yeah, you sounded shocked
on that. Why didn't you comment on that? Oh, he's trying to claim Igbo.
Okay. He's trying to claim Igbo. Be proud of your ethnicity, Hector.
I am very proud of it. Like as I said, when it comes to Nigerian languages, you know why it goes, man.
No, you tend to speak broken English. That's not an ethnic
because I be African now. I be proper Nigerian. I go to claim who I not be like Marco.
I don't know what I mean.
Be proud of your ethnic group. Speak your language. Don't speak broken English.
Which one be proper Niger? Which one? Which one be that? Because I'm sure Ellery is confused as I am because we need more specific.
Yeah, broken English is not an ethnic language in Nigeria.
It needs not to be fair because you got the Maroons. You got Maroons in Jamaica that speak ethnically. Akan people can understand Maroons in Jamaica. So that pidgin English don't mean shit, bro. It don't make you nothing because, like, you know.
You be proud. You be saying.
Yeah, that's the thing that I've noticed for years. He always does that. He speaks in broken English. It's like you're speaking English. Be proud of your ethnic group.
Yeah, that's not an ethnic group. Trust me.
Hello, Day.
And now she's doing this weird thing where she speaks broken English and she tries to mix in other words. It's weird.
She's speaking broken Yoruba, Cockney Yoruba. Mad thing.
Kilode. It's not that. Kilode is not broken English. He knows what it means.
You said you did craze. You did craze is broken English.
Yeah, that's I said you did craze. Kilode. What's wrong with you?
Am I lying, Larry? That's
What's wrong with
you?
Yoruba.
What's wrong with you?
Broken.
Be proud of being English.
You can't even speak your own language.
What?
I can speak my language. I just choose not to speak it to you.
You claim
Why should I speak it to you?
You didn't even know what I said before.
I do know what you said. You said kilo day. What's going on? And then when you did crazy, you mixed in
with you.
Kilo day. What's wrong? It
means what's wrong.
Translate that. I'll have to translate it.
Why you not translator? You not be Niger. Why you not translator? Bontro way.
Oh my God.
You're still speaking broken English again. Huh?
Yeah. Now we know what's going on. I told you, Larry. I told you he ain't from no tribe anywhere.
Because they mix everything and they speak wafi. I speak with everything and they speak all. That's why you can never understand me.
Hold on, Larry. Is Yoruba?
Yeah, but
Yoruba not the highest spoken language in the country, other than
it is.
After English is Yoruba, isn't it? You don't speak Yoruba other than your local tongue. You might have trouble finding a job. You know what I'm saying? Like we know. Uncle Ty did it.
Yeah, true.
You can speak Yoruba but we knew you weren't Yoruba. Like we're not gonna do that. We know you're a foreigner, and now you're even making it worse.
Okay, you
your wife's spoken more Yoruba than you have.
You speak to us.
That's mad.
You claim to come from wherever you think you come from, Marco.
Like, what are you doing? What are you teaching her?
Tell us a sentence in your language.
Her, man?
Tell us your ethnic group, Hector. What is your ethnic group?
And we'll lament. We'll fall back a little bit.
What has it got to do with you? Do I know your ethnic group?
Wow.
Exactly? Wow. Do I know your ethnic group? Why was I telling you?
She seems to claim she knows my ethnic group.
It's not your problem. What I seem to know is not your problem.
But you use the language. Hold on, he used the language of his ethnic group.
So that's another problem.
Hold this from Betty before I block her from the channel because she shouldn't be here.
Who?
Oh, yeah, she said Hector is Edo tribe from Benin Empire. Is this correct?
Huh?
Deny your country. Is this correct? Is this correct?
Are you Edo tribe?
From the Edo tribe?
Why don't you go find out?
I'm answering.
Just answer the question.
I wasn't even speaking to you. I was speaking to Uncle Hector. You
from the Edo tribe?
I'll tell you why it's a resounding yes. Because he's so reluctant to fucking distance himself from it. Right? If you're not, you're just going to say, no, I'm not, right? But he doesn't want to disown who he is.
He doesn't want to tell you where he's from. Why should he?
But he can tell you where he's not, though.
He said it before.
He can tell you where he's not from.
He ain't no Edo, man. He's not even from that side. He's from the other side. I'm telling, man. I've heard it all already. We worked this out because you had Betty on your fucking nuts.
Okay, so if you don't work on my wife,
you made it clear. She made it clear where you was from.
This is what I don't understand with you.
So when I found out and we both went in there, it was like, okay.
Yeah, so if you don't work on, man, why you give yourself sleepless nights?
All right. Not my beef, Betty.
Why do you give yourself sleepless nights? If I wanted to still find out where I'm from, why do you give yourself sleepless nights?
I don't.
Yeah, exactly. You've asked me. It's been a topic where I'm from, what tribe in the past 5 or 10 minutes or so. So why are you bothered though?
Don't be ashamed of your ethnic group.
It was my first question.
Share with us the information. Don't be ashamed of your people. Tell us who are you. Confirm.
Like I said, whether you listen, you will talk so.
I done a smile on you. I told you mine.
You come from Yoruba. Whether you come from Yoruba, I don't know. This one where they talk saying that Yoruba, then the next me say,
be proud of your people.
Hold on.
Be proud of your people. Just tell us who you are.
I am. That is that. Listen, and that because of that proudness, so now they deal with the way they deal with now because of that proudness. Now they tell you so because of the proudness of where I come from. Now make me they deal with now so. Fucking idiot. Una not go ever learn. As old as una be, some of una don dey clock 72. Una no go ever learn.
I hope you find peace in your life because your hatred for all the ethnic groups
I
in
know
Nigeria is not healthy.
Go pray for yourself.
It's not healthy.
Get me?
Because you're a Christian, actually. You and Jupiter are Christians.
Pastor, Pharisee,
you should take pride in your
Euro-Nigerian. 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 It doesn't make sense. Like, he hasn't got a language.
Not you talk just now, say I come from Republic of Benin. You know, if you don't confuse yourself again. Now I be Nigerian, no, I be Republic of Benin. Make up your mind, Pharisees.
Be proud of what you are. Stop attacking the ethnic groups in Nigeria.
Pharisees before his wife.
Just because he don't want to tell you lot.
You call Pharisees before your wife.
You are not the standard of which the level to be gained is at.
Yeah, we're far superior. We can see. You can see the Nigerian using or the Yoruba or whatever tribe using out the rest of us.
Keep talking. Keep talking.
We've got this natural calm when it comes to
Jupiter. Benue Dake. Mi ò fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ pẹ̀lú ẹ. Ṣé o gbọ́ mi?
Ogbo.
Hector, this madman's speaking.
Oh, okay. It's madman now. Look to Hector. Hector can't help you. Hector can't help you. He doesn't understand what man's talking about.
Jupiter, Oman Soro.
And Farabale.
Jupiter, Farabale. Oman Soro. Farabale. Sure, Gomi, Farabale.
What Farabale means? Okay, tell us what it means. Farabale. Tell us.
Wow.
Be proud of your ethnic group, Hector. Tell us what is your group?
It means calm the fuck down.
What is my group? Did you just ask me what is my group?
So yes, your ethnic. Anyway, you're not.
I'm asking you a question. Did you just ask me what is my group?
Me and
what is your ethnic group? Yeah, tell us.
Larry, you're not like me and Larry.
And you tell me what right you think you have to know my ethnic group and why I
speak Portuguese, man. Allow it.
I've answered you exactly.
I'm telling you, bro.
Privilege.
Exactly. Yeah, you're done here. All of you, you all have the privilege. Exactly. You all have the privilege. You go about this, that.
He thinks it's that an African tell him where he's from.
We need that
proud of your ethnic group.
All of them are the benefit of the privilege. So it doesn't reach time.
What is your ethnic group, Hector? What is your ethnic
group? All of them are the benefit from the privilege. Otherwise, you go to take flight to wherever you come from.
Your children speak your ethnic language.
The benefit of the privilege alone. That's why you're coming on YouTube.
Your children speak your ethnic language.
Those of you that have got British passports, until the day you come on YouTube and say, you know what, fuck it, Queen, have your passport, I'm checking out. Then I'll begin to listen to you.
Do your children speak your ethnic language, Hector?
Hell no. Hell no.
Thank you.
So what has my so you want to go to my children now? You want to go to my children? Don't try.
Ethnic group.
Listen, don't you fucking try to be my children.
But it is a good question.
Or whatever you call yourself. I beg. Not try to be my children.
Be proud of your ethnic group, Hector.
I'm very proud of my ethnic group.
Share that information with us. We're all just talking.
No, I don't have to.
Share it with us.
No, I don't. Do I know you?
Teach us about your people.
Do I know you? Do I know you?
From you.
No, not from me. I'm retarded.
We should come together and we should help each other out.
Yeah, why do you want to learn from me? Somebody that's not as
we should learn from each other. Yes, be proud of your ethnic group.
Tell
us about your people.
From you,
tell us about your people's history.
I don't need to learn from you. And
tell us the good things they did.
It is my prerogative whether to teach you or not.
No, be proud of your people. Be proud of your people. Tell us what they did.
I am very proud.
Good. Tell us about your people's history. I'd like to know.
I am very proud.
I'd like to know. Please tell us about your ethnic group.
Who are you? Who are you again? Remind me.
I'm simply a man asking you to tell me about your ethnic group's history. I'd like to know.
Man. What kind of nonsense?
Yeah, that's all. Just making conversation.
Prove to me you're a man.
We're just talking. That's all we are.
Show me your face. I don't know you. I don't even know you. Show me your face, then I'll say exactly. How do I know you're a man? How do I
just clearly his voice is a voice
How
of a
do
man,
I know you're a man?
So let's just talk
like a woman to you.
So now let you be the now. So I must let me say as I go hustle tomorrow.
I didn't mean to get you upset. I didn't mean to get you upset. I just wanted to know about your ethnic group.
Tell everybody where I come from. All the men where they pass.
I just think it'd be nice if you told us about your people's history. It'd be nice. So I don't know why you're upset. We're just making conversation here. Please tell us, what is your ethnic group? What is the history of your people?
That's right, of your people, man.
It'd be nice to know. That's all. It's just conversation.
Why are you moving mad?
I don't need to tell you.
You made the mistake of telling Becky.
I don't need to tell you. You can ask and cry and beg. You can beg all you want.
Anyway, just look up Benin and
I don't need to tell
one
you.
of those tribes there. One of them.
I don't know where you're from. I don't know where Mark is from. Even Jeddah that owns the panel, I don't know where he's from. So why should I tell you where I'm from? You're crazy, bro.
You know, where's Jeddah from, though?
Everyone knows where I'm from.
I'm just saying, look up Benin.
Okay.
The
country.
But you don't know where I'm from.
Their history.
What do you mean, Uncle? I've told you this several occasions. We've had things
gonna hurt your
you know
chest.
where I'm from. I'm from the same place Illyria's from. Let's not be silly, man. You know where I'm from.
What's wrong with Uncle tonight?
I don't know, man. He's trying it.
Trying it, man. He's
trying
trying
it.
to
Is he
squirm
ashamed
out.
where
But
he's
we
from?
found out he's a fake. He
He's
can't
a
speak
fake.
man's language. You
Yeah,
don't
of
understand
course.
what we're talking about.
So he's pretending to be African. That's
He's
key.
pretending to be whatever he's pretending to be, but he's definitely
That's
not
why
one of
you
us.
deflected
Okay, I agree. I'll be fake.
Where are you
No,
from?
I'm just saying you're different from us.
I
don't know what tribe.
Why are you saying bye-bye now?
Yeah.
I got me. You don't be.
You sound like you're trying out random words, though. To be fair, on the dictionary, it's no real conversation. If you wanna say something, like drop a paragraph for us, innit? Like, don't drop one word, innit? Like, I can do that in fucking Congolese, bro. Like, come on,
Google right now.
Ganda. I can do that in different fucking languages too. Doesn't mean I know the language. Like, come on, man. If you're gonna drop something,
Those
drop
who
a
know,
paragraph.
innit? Those who know motion know, innit? Me and Larry know.
Hector.
Jedi knows. It's just the tone of it wouldn't make you know that. Like,
Joe. Hector, let's talk. Come on. What is your ethnic group?
You just said two things. That don't really count.
Come on, Hector. Share with us the knowledge now. I mean, I'd like to know about your ethnic group. They must have done some amazing things in Nigeria. Most of the ethnic groups in Nigeria have a very fascinating history.
Best thing he done in Nigeria was run away and get a British passport.
Oh, damn.
Oh, boy.
But, you know, I don't know, man. It's mad. It's mad. The maddest thing today.
Now, boy. Imagine that.
The maddest thing today is Jupiter telling people that they're not
Okay, jobless man. I'm going to bed now because I've got work tomorrow.
Night.
Get better job. Yeah.
Night.
It's just really sad that he's from a country and he likes to abuse all the ethnic groups from that country. It's sad.
That citric taco that he's gonna eat tonight.
This is the first time I've seen an African psyop, boy. Yeah.
Acidic taco tonight.
All mixed up with the dance, innit? She's dancing. He's got the.
You will see that Hector has a brilliant job, and actually, you don't know what you're talking about.
Please don't make insult the Shakiris again, Jupiter. That wasn't nice. What you did
in your life.
No one insulted Shakiris. They do wear
decapitate you on site.
I got a brilliant job.
You can't decapitate no one. Black hats in the fucking in Nigeria.
Let's go to Worry. Let's go. See how the Edo fare.
You can't take me, Worry. You can't take me, Worry. I'm telling you.
We're all talking smack right now.
Black hats in Nigeria would get you before you got me.
Blowing up pipelines.
Get you before you got me, man.
Marks out of woolly hat.
Yeah. Mr. Bowler.
Family members.
I mean, all this anger it's not good, Jupiter. I mean, you're going to be going to sleep. How are you going to be able to go to sleep with all this hatred and anger? Just relax. We're all just
I
trying
don't hate anyone, Gerald or Larry, whatever you call yourself. Witness.
Say people are better than other people. You do separation. That's in your DNA.
Larry, this was foreplay. They're going to sling it down.
Colonizer thing. Yeah, man. He's going to play Kunta.
Got nothing to do with foreplay, motion. Keep your fucking
Miss Candy. Miss Candy.
If anybody is getting excited off of abuse,
he won't be Django, he'll be Mango. He's stupid.
If anybody's getting excited, it's your panel.
With fake gun.
No, but seriously, Jupiter, you've been like this since 2018. I mean, we're in 2021. Can't we just stop this and actually start talking?
People, we could witness if people stop being disrespectful. If people stop,
Like your husband. Like you and your husband. I really want to tell Uncle to suck something special. But no, it's not worth it. So anyway.
Right?
And it won't be special.
I am not going to sit here.
He's going to be sucking, won't be special, man. It'll be wrinkly.
So if you want to be rude all the time, you're going to get
yeah.
Exactly. You seem to think it only goes one way when you know that's not true.
Black Nats. Yeah, I've seen it to now.
Yeah, you're a race nat. Yeah, you're a race nat. Yeah,
he's an AFNAT. Your husband is an AFNAT, and I don't know what you are. It's just like
for clarity, I'm a slap nat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, that wouldn't surprise me. That wouldn't surprise me. I've seen your forehead. That wouldn't surprise me.
Wow.
Whose forehead?
Yours.
My forehead? Are you talking about my forehead, Trigger?
Yeah.
Me?
Talk about your husband's forehead, man. Allow it, man.
Are you going to talk about my forehead? Billy Ocean.
Where are they from? Do they have foreheads?
Like, what's my forehead? I got a hat on, Trigger. Are you talking about my hat?
Where he comes from?
Apart, are you going to compare me to that Billy Ocean lookalike? Come on, man. Behave yourself.
Billy Ocean. Where you going?
Get me, handsome man.
Like that Billy Ocean. Hey.
No, Hector's more handsome than you.
In your opinion, the majority will say
fucked up Billy Ocean. Fucked up Billy Ocean.
Our survey said
Can you imagine this 30-year-old is comparing himself to a 53-year-old man?
Who's 30? Who's 30? Your comprehension is way off, love.
In your 30s.
Way off. Way off. I'm a lot older than 30, love. A lot older than 30.
Like you're a lot older than 60.
Get me? A lot older than 30.
I'm 50.
I'm running.
In your motherfucking dreams.
Yeah, behave yourself, man. You lot are sitting there drinking. Don't chat to me. You talking about? Man's out here with an 8-pack. Man's out here with 40 with an 8-pack. What is your man got?
Smash that.
Behave yourself, man.
Who says we're drinking? Why are you triggered? Are you not being told that you're not?
Look at your all recognition.
Why would you want someone else's wife to find you attractive?
You've got lipstick where your lips are not. Just to make sure.
Why would you want someone else's wife to find you attractive?
We say chin stick. Chin stick.
Why are you getting so upset by it?
I'm not upset. I'm just going back at you. And you talking about my forehead, but look at yours.
Oh yeah, mine's
put it back on me, bro. Put it back on me. They want to see pretty people, man. Put it back on me, bro.
Yeah, mine's slappable.
Yeah, put it back on something handsome, bro. You can't put on something like that and then not put on something good looking again. Put me back up, bro. Let the people.
I knew you were gonna go.
Jedi looks like you look like you've got a big forehead. What to me?
I've got a big forehead.
Wow. Why do you care?
Let me give you a proper picture. Let me give you a proper picture. Let me give you a proper picture to see if I got a big.
Your husband's got white nostril hair. Mad thing.
Yeah, but why are you bothered though? I'm not bothered if you can find me attractive.
That's a grown man got white nostril hair. Mad. Your nostril hair.
Juice, I
don't know. You've got wide nostrils, so why don't you go and have a look in the mirror? Have you seen yourself?
Yeah. Holy shit. From up here, I'm good, man. You get me? But down there, where your man's at, it's a different story, different atmosphere.
Whatever.
Yeah, short now. You should be called short now.
Yeah, but we don't care. Don't you understand?
Midget now. And I hate midgets. Everyone knows how I hate midgets.
You're attractive.
Fucking hate.
If you think I'm so unattractive,
you're trying to bite my
sounding like garden gnomes.
Yeah, that guy.
I man, put me back up. Hey, Juice, I swear I look younger than your kids. Put me back up, blood. I swear I look younger than your kids. Put me up.
Oh,
you nuts? Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Of course I do. Fuck out of here.
No, you don't. And you've never seen
mine. That's why you thought I was 30. That's why you thought I was 30.
Motion. What's this? Motion of fire, yeah? Mad.
Come on.
Well, were you kicking for touch there?
Yeah,
kicking for touch.
No, bro, that was a solo run. I was faking the kick.
Hector's never ever had that pose. He's never ever had that pose in no sport.
Why would you want to compare
His only
yourself?
sport is old white women.
So this shows your maturity, doesn't it?
It's not maturity. I'm telling you. No, Jupiter, you mentioned my looks, and I'm saying to you, Jupiter, you mentioned my forehead, and I'm saying to you, with authority, that I believe I look younger than your damn kids. How about that? Simple.
Yeah, so you believe you look older than teenagers.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? I'm confident in how young I look. Yeah? Can you be so confident?
She's older than my great.
Listen,
that's it. Simple, innit? You don't come at me. Don't come at me and then cry. Don't come at me and then cry for me to say to you,
I'm not crying.
That's your business.
If I look 60, who cares?
Are you looking older than dead people?
If I look 70, who cares?
You look older than
I haven't told you how old you look.
I've lived a blessed life.
In the ground.
I've lived to an age a lot of other people have not lived to. And on top of that, I have someone who adores me. Why would I care what you think?
That's true.
Fair enough.
That's like saying
Fair
a dog.
enough.
Oh,
You
my
get
dog
me?
adores me. So what? My slave
I'm
adores
saying,
me.
you like Jupiter,
So
man,
what?
saying he's 40 and he looks like a kid. Come on, get out of here, man. You're talking about my forehead. You're talking about my forehead.
Yeah, but you don't. You're deceiving yourself.
My
You don't
forehead.
look
I'm deceiving myself. All right,
There is
then.
no way you look 15.
Hey, this should be a movie. 30 years
Oh
of
my
slave.
God.
I'm curious. I'm genuinely curious. Jupiter, do you actually enjoy
That should
this?
be the one.
This
30
thing,
years of slave,
this
man.
insult
Mad.
going back and
Starring
forth.
Hector.
You seem to be
Yeah,
in it a lot, and I'm just curious. Deep down, do you actually like?
No,
Really
witness. But the thing is, they like to give it out as grown men, right? They show themselves up every time as grown men. They like to give it out, and then when they get it back, they don't like it. They start whining.
No, we're
Look,
cool.
I only told him he had bad
Get us back
forehead.
in your language. at
Straight
least.
away, he's in his feelings, talking about how good looking he is.
He's running.
That shows that he's worried. That shows me, witness, that he's bothered whether I find him attractive or not.
He
Really?
You're probably right, Jupiter. Yeah, you're probably right.
So you did touch on
Yeah.
that.
Jupiter. All right, listen, Jupiter, I'm sorry. Yeah, look. As far as I'm concerned, I come on the panels, yeah. Come on the panels, and I hear Hector in the background. I just get jealous, all right? This rage just comes inside me, and I just feel like I just feel the need to insult you because I just can't cope with the emotions that come when I hear you and Hector together, smiling, happy. You know, I believe I should be the person to do that. Is that what you want to hear?
You at least got access to the video emotion.
I'm not interested.
It's a replay.
I'm not interested in your bullshit. Whether you think I'm ugly or not really doesn't bother me.
I didn't call you ugly.
You are butters still.
Wow.
No.
That's definitely
Wait.
What I'm trying to say to you, Motion.
Jupiter, I rewind the thing. I've never called you ugly.
That's the one thing you've got right tonight.
In fact, Jupiter. In fact, if you remember rightly, I was the person that was in the chat that said to you, "Oh yeah, Jupiter, my missus said you look nice in your picture." Yeah, like so please. I've never called you ugly. I just made a comment about your lipstick.
I'm sure your wife is very attractive too. I'm not talking about your
lipstick. What's wrong with that?
I'm not talking about your wife. I'm not talking about your wife.
I'm saying to you, Jupiter, I've never called you ugly. I've never called you ugly.
Butters. Utterly butterly.
Yes, but Motion, I don't care if you have or you haven't.
I can't believe it's not butters.
For me, it doesn't bother me if you think or whether you think I'm ugly.
Okay, on mute. Jupiter, I'm trying to have a conversation.
Yeah, you can't even spread it on bread. Nothing. You get me? Just butters all the way.
Allow it.
Concentrated.
But is it salted or unsalted butter?
Saturated fats and all sorts. Mad thing. Lard, all sorts in there.
Yeah.
You get me?
And you know what you look like? You look like a chicken Twizzler.
Allow it, man. Chinese. Yeah, you look like a Chinese. You look like a Chinese fighting dog.
That's who actually looks like a Twizzler.
Bare folds, ready to get. Yeah, she can fight good,
Really
you know.
does.
Sharp,
It really does.
Yeah,
Chicken Twizzler.
yeah, proper human sharpie, good dupes.
Yeah.
You
You
know what I
are
mean?
what you
Get him,
think.
Jukes. Get him, Jukes. Yeah. She's good at the old fighting. You get me? I'll turn Mike Vick in a minute. Yeah.
The fact is, you know that this is what you like to descend it to. And then you complain afterwards.
Sarah, yes, I just wanted to ask one question because I'm a chavna.
Why are you bothered whether I talk to Sarah nicely? Are you jealous now?
What now? More like.
Why?
Yeah,
I thought I was ugly. Why do you care how I talk
nut.
to somebody?
Yeah, he's a dick nut. That's
yeah,
what
so why do you care?
Now, why is he running? He can't even speak the language. He's a pussy.
Yeah, but why do you care who I like or I don't like?
No, but like, if you're gonna do voodoo or something, like use the language in it. Otherwise, it's not authentic, and we'll come and slap you wherever you be in spirit, in physical, whatever.
Like, go slap most.
Why is he going to bed? Why is he going to bed? You got to get early for toilet cleaning. Fuck.
Why has he got to slap my forehead though?
Yeah? Day of freedom.
Why you got to go for my forehead again, troops?
Day of freedom, and man's got to go bed early. Mad thing.
Why would he want to go to a fucking day of freedom when he's going to earn good money?
I'm gonna have to find a forehead shop.
Yeah, you're just gonna have to find a rave more like, and a toilet, and someone with a silver tray named Hector. And I've got to throw a pound in there.
What you need to do, Maku, is put your money where your mouth is. Go back to Nigeria, right, and prove that Hector doesn't come from where he comes from because you're full of it. And you just all the time, and you wonder why. You wonder why. He ends up losing it, right? You don't understand. Hold on, let me finish.
You said you
don't understand that he talks loud because that is the culture. You don't even give him grace with his accent, and yet then you want to sit here and act like you're fucking nice.
There is no accent.
What? There's no accent.
There's
no accent to nothing.
That's bullshit.
We don't know the language.
That shit.
As a non-African talking about accent,
from any tribe. He's a cunt, basically.
For real.
He's a cunt to you lot, and he will continue to be until you behave.
Oh,
I
actually,
think Maku was talking about by definition.
By definition, he's a black bastard because he has no home, he has no tribe, he has no nothing. So he's a bastard.
Well, that's for you to say. I don't believe that.
Yeah, man. He's a black bastard, man. Come on.
Well, you're entitled to think that if that's what you want to think.
He knows it. He knows it. That's why he can't even talk to me. So he can't be a better Nigerian than me. He don't even know
the thing is, his dad's still alive, and he was brought up by his father, but you wasn't.
He was brought up by.
It's a bit weird when an actual bastard calls someone else a bastard.
Yeah.
Enoch
Powell. That man has been here since Enoch Powell.
I mean, the actual definition of a bastard is not having a father. And you didn't meet your father till you was an adult.
No, having a tribe.
But you're a bastard telling somebody that was raised by his father a bastard. That's unbelievable.
She loves using the word.
Can you be a Can you a national bastard? Can you be a bastard from nationality?
Where was his mother?
What do you mean? His mother raised him as well. What you on about?
Man. Shut up.
Bastard doesn't just mean you don't have a father.
Like an orphan. You don't even speak
it does. It means out of wedlock.
That's the second definition. That's the second definition. Hold on.
Matthew was out of
Jupiter.
wedlock.
We get that. Stop being so fucking ignorant. Yeah, we get that. But that's the second definition, which is built off of the first definition.
Go and see what bastard means then.
An unpleasant or despicable person. That's what it means.
Right. So, anyway.
Or a difficult or awkward undertaking situation or device by having a conversation with you bastard people.
Bastard. Right.
Here we go again.
Here
we go again.
I'm reading from the dictionary.
But the minute a white person uses the word bastard,
Hold on.
You're upset.
Look, yeah, that's Hold on, man. Yo, everyone. 1 second. Here we have another example of when fact is presented to Jupiter and she chooses to divert, distract, sidestep, or do some mental gymnastics or play some etymology game. Here we have somebody telling her the first definition of bastard, and she smoothed right over it and went on to act like you're accusing her of being a racist. This is basically what Jupiter does 101. You don't need to learn these techniques.
I didn't say anything about racism.
That one was insightful still. You broke it down beautifully.
I didn't say anything about someone accusing me of being a racist.
No, we said as soon as a white person says bastard, you don't like it. That's what you said.
Exactly.
I said.
Made it about race.
I said, thinking on the spot again. Thinking on the spot again. I said.
You said what we said. You just said because we heard you, and we're about this thing. That's what you said.
More to the point, Jupiter. Did you hear the first definition of bastard?
No, you can tell me it if you want.
An unpleasant or despicable person. An unpleasant or despicable person.
Yeah. And what's the second definition?
The one you were talking about, but that's a derogatory, archaic. It's a derogatory, archaic definition.
Well, I am archaic, so what's your problem?
Yeah. And there you go again. Exactly what Jedi described. You just want to divert.
What a twat.
And you are a despicable and unpleasant
but you
person.
think you've actually made
so is your husband.
No, because what he's saying, no, George, Jupiter, what he's saying is basically, right? So let me give you another example then, right? You've got the term crow, okay? We know that it's a bird, black in color, but an archaic term for a crow was a description for a black man, right? So is that fine for you to use being archaic?
I've never heard that.
She's
before.
diverting again. Instead of saying yes or no.
I've never heard that before.
Okay.
It doesn't make a difference. It doesn't make a difference if you've heard it before. I've never heard it before, but I could answer the question.
Let me look it up and see if you can.
Oh, great.
Oxford English Dictionary.
Well, you got one right next to you.
This is gonna explain how your husband is a black bastard. Mate.
No, it's not because he's got a father. You haven't.
Whoa.
But what they're saying is the definition of
he is an unpleasant and despicable person. He definitely is unpleasant and
They
despicable.
always go for mom and dad. It's mad.
What do you mean? Like he tried to do that?
Parents, man. No, come on, man. This is normal, man.
You need to have
definitely both unpleasant.
When he said it about Hector, none of you had a problem. The minute it said
Jupiter, Hector's on here. Jupiter, Hector has been on here. There's a difference. Hector is on here speaking for himself.
But Hector is a bastard as well, by definition.
By definition.
Unpleasant and despicable. Unpleasant and despicable. Just like you. By definition, not opinion. Definition.
Etymology in that. Mad thing.
What the fuck?
Oh my god! So they've added that. When was that added in?
It's so dumb, bro. You know what I mean? You know you're messing with, like, bruh.
When was that added in?
Well, I know, man. Your husband's dumb. He came in you, mad. Now it.
Come on, I'm eating right now, man.
You just can't see it.
Why would any of those opinions bother me?
No, your opinion don't bother anyone else because, like, you're an exception to the rule. You want to be.
And we know you're
a
ignorant.
black man. Like, that's crazy.
We know you're ignorant. We don't expect you to pay attention to stuff that matters.
People won't even rate that.
It doesn't matter. Why would it matter?
We hear you, Jukes. We hear you.
Why would it matter?
Who's that black bastard next to you?
About me or
husband? Like, allow it, man.
Tell me
why does it matter? Why does it matter how you present yourself? Because how you present yourself has something to do with how you're perceived and received. That's why it matters how you present yourself. That's why it matters how you conduct yourself. Because you are responsible for your experience. You're responsible for every situation you find yourself in. That's why how you conduct yourself matters.
In this panel is fake because you all couple.
It's not fake.
Anyway. Yeah, it is.
It's not fake. We talk openly and honestly with you. We give you our honest opinions.
No, you don't.
So what am I not being honest about? I honestly believe.
You abuse and then you don't like it when you get abused back.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. More victim mentality. It's pathetic.
It's not victim mentality. I'm not.
Yes, it is. What you do is abuse by stating facts and looking up dictionary definitions. You're calling that abuse.
Facts. So tonight,
what fact didn't I state?
Tonight, you tried to make out that the Dutch.
I didn't try anything.
South Africa.
No, I never. You're lying again. No one ever said that. No one ever said that. You're lying.
Of what bastard means.
I didn't change it. It's on my screen. I'm sharing my screen right now, you silly bitch. I'm sharing my screen. You lying. You lying whore.
You tried to say.
Watch this. Silly bitch. Watch this.
You've got every right to tell a British person.
Stupid mother. No, never said that. Never said that. Never said that. Never said any of that. You lying whore.
Lying.
My screen's being shared. I didn't try and redefine anything. It's right there, you lying whore. Everything you said was a lie.
If we were to do a count at the end of the stream on who has done more personal insults,
I don't give a shit about personal insults, bitch.
Even
I'm talking
on
about
an
facts.
individual basis.
I don't give a shit.
Even on an individual basis. There you
I don't
go.
give a shit. You invited every single insult. Invited every insult.
So when you
I never
start
said I give a shit. I never said I give a shit.
That you're
I don't care if you were
by a lady. I even had someone tell me I was gaslighting them tonight. That's how pathetic it is.
By definition.
Grown men who can't handle one woman.
No. He was handling it fine. At the time when he used the term gaslighting, he was handling it elegantly and graciously.
Sorry.
Weirdo.
Let's have it right. Don't try and recycle. You ran? Yeah, I'm glad you ran. Because you got dismantled by me. Like, literally, I refuse to let my friends say anything, make any comment. You got dismantled. Then S dismantled you. Then it was a free-for-all. And anyone that you tried it with, Maku, Rascal, fucking Ocean, you got shredded.
And even Hilary. Like, why would you
that is your bias propping up each other.
Not bias.
Yes, it is. Because if I was to show this stream to proper decent people, they would actually say that
show it to reasonable people.
You are no.
Yes, reasonable. The reasonable man test is what we will be using. Reasonable person.
They would say that you're race baiters. They would say that you definitely try to lead people into archery.
So the criers.
We're trying to cause race division in our families, aren't we, Jupiter? Are you weirdo?
With assumptions and no proof. That's
wow, like what? Like what?
So you just ignored the past 3.5 hours of proof being put in your face.
Exactly.
Okay, could you
presented by decent people?
Hey, you know what? This is the American who knew more about fucking British fucking history than you did. So shut the fuck up.
Okay, so can you bring the proof, Mr. American who don't know fuck all?
Push replay, bitch.
Exactly. The proof's recorded.
There is no
You can catch the rest of Jedi online.
It'll be done in an hour or two. You can push replay and then you can fast forward. It's a
after
thing called technology.
And I know you didn't call me a bitch.
Yeah, he did, bitch. Shut your bitch ass up. He did just call you a bitch. You're a little bitch husband. You little bitch husband.
Wanker. Oh no. I'm socially distraught.
I'm not gonna lie, if I'm honest, yeah. I don't think I ever heard S speak like this. You know, this is funny.
Yeah, to a woman as well.
I never really heard S speak like this. He don't talk like this, man. He's a bit of a Dora.
Yes, he does. I've heard him argue with several other people.
Women, and call their husband a bitch husband.
He was a rapist.
What?
You're the one that said that he was a proud rapist.
No.
Wow.
Oh, I think it was.
No, it's not.
Oh, I think it was.
Oh, yeah.
When you
I think it was. He deliberately came to someone without a condom when she asked him not to.
As a woman,
as
a woman and a mother, you wouldn't want to. Hold on, man. As a woman and a mother, you wouldn't want to falsely accuse a man of rape. Now.
Well, let's go and get large.
Excuse me, hello, please.
I also remember that S got upset with.
Stop that. I'm talking. You triggered. You triggered? Why you've lost control? I'm talking. Right. So I'm saying, yeah, I know you wouldn't want to deliberately mislabel somebody as a rapist. So I'm going to tell you this for free, yeah. There's somebody called S and there's somebody called Sham, right? They both used to have S's for profile name, right? You got it wrong. All right, cool.
Okay, no, if I got it wrong, I apologise for that. But I did think they were the same person.
Need to apologise, bro. That's madness.
Well, I already have you, dimwit.
Well, I'm just saying, you shouldn't have done it in the first place, you dumbass.
None of your business.
No, stuck right here.
You're a little bastard.
Hey, listen, I can't wait till I'm 60, you know. Fucking hell, bro. I mean, or 55 or whatever you are. Like, there's literally no difference between you and a 30-year-old. Like, nothing. You just childish, silly, like it's fucking jokes, bro. You got as much spare time as a 20-year-old, like just chatting shit. You don't even want to be right. You just want to like score a point. You don't actually want to be right in your heart, in your like, I'm telling the truth, I'm honest. None of that matters to you. Fucking amazing.
At this moment in time, Jedi, I think it's gone past all that. Like Hector said a lot earlier, it's gone past all that. The steps have gone. The respect has gone for all of you.
Self-respect.
You are unbelievably rude.
Talking the truth is about self-respect and self-worth. Like, what the hell? Self.
Oh shit.
Listen, man, welcome to the real world, Jupiter, where people give you their opinions just like you give yours. That's all it is, man.
Yeah.
People honestly responding to the stimulus that you are providing. If you can argue, if you can argue with this many people on the internet and not look in the mirror and reflect on what your part is in this, then you are more broken than anybody could ever imagine. There's no way. No, don't try and. No. You're the only one pointing fingers.
Yo. You need to get rid of that. Wait.
So I'm letting you know. If you think you're walking away from these type of conversations that you have nearly on a daily basis, yeah, and if you think you're walking away, yes, you do. Nearly. I said nearly on a daily basis. Hold on, man. Let me get through my point. Let me get through my point. I've stepped on your toes. You're reacting. I'm sorry. Clumsy me. Right? Nearly every day you're on the internet arguing. Yeah? You might not like it as the truth.
No,
you might not want it to be. Let me finish my fucking, like, what I'm saying. Right? You might not like it as the truth. Oh, shut up, Jupiter. I just go on mute. Fucking cow, man. Shut the fuck up, man. That man trying to talk and you keep interrupting. Like, just control yourself, innit? Please pretend to be in control of yourself. As the elder on the panel. As the elder on the panel, at least pretend to have your shit together enough to let someone get through like one thing they're saying. Like,
why would I want to pretend to have my shit together?
Because of how you conduct yourself, how you're presenting yourself.
I would expect you to have some level of togetherness. Anyway, like I was saying, you don't even need the truth. You don't even need to be honest. You don't even need to be on the right side of things for you to feel like you're scoring some kind of point. I'm telling you, nearly every day you're on the internet arguing with someone. Yes, you do have days where you just have cool conversation, but majority of your engagement on the internet is negative. In the chats, and yes, it is in the chats and on panels, right? And I'm saying you cannot walk away from a week of being alright. Let me finish my sentence. You may not, or you should not.
Now you're being a gaslighter.
Can I just finish my sentence, please? Because you actually acting like you got Down syndrome. Can I fucking finish speaking?
Well, you're acting like you got actually.
No, I'm just trying to talk. I'm just trying to make a point that you just really don't want to hear because you're so affected and triggered. What a pussy-hole you are, man. A real pussy-hole. Like, you're the worst type of fucking pussy-hole.
Yeah,
right.
So good.
So anyway, like I said, you can't walk away from a week full of fucking beefing with people on the internet for years and think that you are squeaky clean and you got no fucking, you're not culpable in this quagmire you call fucking live stream career. It's disgusting. The closest ally is a well-known fucking rapist. I mean, racist. Racist and fucking porn. Wendy and the fucking porn.
Wendy ain't even been on here tonight. What are you talking about?
I never said she's been on there. You're just a dickhead. You're just actually a dunce breed. You remind me of something out of the Hills of Eyes. You're actually a fucking dunce. Yeah,
well, you remind me of
whatever. Anyway, whatever I remind you of. Listen. At least I'm being honest. At least I can say I put my hand on my heart and I'm being honest. Well, shut up, man. Like fucking hell.
Woman.
What is up with you, man?
What's up with you?
She's angry.
I'm trying to speak and you just keep talking while I'm speaking.
She's human.
That's what's up with me. You're triggered. Fucking little dunce breed, man. Get your dunce hat and go to fucking sleep, man. You're done out here, man. Fucking fish.
I'm done out
here.
You've done yourself for a long time.
I was actually trying to make sense, but you just want to, that's what you want to do. You just want to trigger.
You ain't got
no argument, you got no logic on your side. You don't have truth or honesty on your side. You're actually like scared of the truth. You're such a fucking little coward. Yeah, you use all your intelligence to be dishonest. You use all your intelligence to be dishonest, right? Then you go on like you're some bastion of honesty and truth, but you can't even point out when your fucking online bestie is being racist. When you want to call me being racist, you want to call me racist for saying that in my recollection, white people did not culturally. white people did not culturally all have fucking flannels in their yards, all washing in fucking flannels. Bollocks.
100 years ago.
Bollocks. Yeah.
You were talking about people that were alive today, and you was racist. Yeah.
What? People, I'm not.
People
Listen,
that are
man,
alive.
there's nothing you can say that'll make me racist. I think it's the worst thing. Yeah, there's nothing you can say that'll make me racist. So it's just like I don't even know who you're trying to convince. Who are you trying to convince? Who are you
Do
trying
you
to
think I'm the only person that calls you racist?
I don't care, but they're all dickheads though. It's only be another racist that would say that. Like literally.
Really?
So
There's
all right,
plenty
so
of
I'm
people
racist.
that don't
I'm
even go on
racist.
panels
Is Wendy
that call you
racist?
racist.
Is
There's plenty
Wendy
of people
racist?
that
I
that
say
I
white
don't even know
people.
what colour
I say
skin
white
they've
people
got
do not.
that
I say
call you
white
racist.
people do not
A lot of
culturally,
people call you
historically, culturally, white people did not use exfoliants to wash on a daily basis. I stick by that claim. They might have changed their hygiene habits now. It might be something that's introduced to them now. But I was making a point that culturally that existed in Africa. That was the point I was making. Now I want to know if that makes me racist. Is fucking Wendy racist?
We've already had this discussion, and as far as I recollect, Wendy actually apologised to you.
Honestly, any honesty there? Are you going to divert? You're going to divert again?
And she
You're going
was
to divert
going
again?
to
Wait, hold on.
Are you going to divert again? I asked you a straight question. Yeah. Are you going to divert, or are you going to answer this question?
What
if I'm
did Wendy say?
racist for pointing out that white people did not historically or culturally have flannels to exfoliate with on a daily basis,
yeah.
And you're saying that makes me a racist. I'm asking you, is Wendy a racist?
No, I'm saying the stream the other day made you a racist.
Oh, shut up, man. Is Wendy a racist? We can take the whole stream. We can listen to it
Is Wendy a racist? No.
Right. So this is what I mean about you being unable to be honest. You never will have honesty on your side because you just care about scoring points than being real. So you want to call me racist for a stream where I said nothing racist, but the woman that calls people nigger and fucking Kizzy
Yeah, but you
and
don't do that
Kunta
no more.
and
She's made you
fucking and what's the other name she calls people? Chicken George. Yeah. And same way with characters out of the Jungle Book. That's not racist, but saying that people don't have flannels.
No, that was racist. But no, that was racist. But is Wendy a racist now? No.
No.
Someone is seriously smoking food.
You can't accept an apology from someone and then still want to tar them with a brush, Jedi.
I'm not at all. I'm just going by your level of judgment. I'm going by your analysis. Like, I'm just giving it back to you. Like, right, okay, so if you think that I'm racist for that stream, clearly you must think that Wendy is racist for the thing she said. It's simple maths. I'm not putting up racist. You made
it quite clear to us on your channel that any kind of racialized language, even if it's in context, is racist. So now I'm judging you by your own standards.
What was the racialized language I used?
When you turned around and you started talking about white people and how they were.
Freestyling, chatting shit, freestyling.
No,
what
I'm not.
The racialized language? You're transparent now. What was the racialized language I used? What was the racialized? You're making a claim. Back your claim.
What the stream then?
What racialized language? The stream is up. You're free to play it. You got just as much fucking life as I do. You got just as much access to the internet as I do. If you want to play it, I'll share your screen.
You're the one making the claim.
You're making the claim. You're making the claim that it was racist, and I was racist there, and I used racialized language. Where's the racialized language? Where is the racialized language? Play it. Show me. Repeat it.
You said
right, that's what I thought.
White people.
All you do is want to score points. You're not actually going to be honest and be like, you know what, Jedi? You didn't use racialized language. I was wrong.
He never said that. That's a lie.
Get me? You did, Jedi. You didn't use racialized language. I was wrong. That's all you need to say. But you can't be honest.
You did use racialized language.
You put your foot in it and said I used racialized language, which I didn't.
You did use racialized language.
What was that?
You said that white people in the chat, if they said that they used the flannel, they were lying.
And that makes them racist.
Yes.
Where's the racialized language in that?
Oh my God.
Why did you have to say white people are liars if they say they use a flannel?
Because we were having a conversation
You
about
were hovering.
because
You were hovering.
you just
and
asked me
you
a question. You just asked me a question. I'm trying to answer it. Like, what conversation are you even in? You're not trying to be honest. You're not trying to tell the truth. Like, you're not trying to even like make relevant points. You're just talking for talking's sake. You're not even listening to somebody you've just asked a question. So what is your benefit of this conversation? Why am I entertaining you at 1:45 in the night? It makes no sense. You don't have a hunger or an interest for what is real or what is truthful. You'll spin any narrative you can to score a point. And this is actually what you are. You're not here for truthfulness. You're not here for honesty. You're not here to be real. You don't have the ability to. What you have the ability to do is score points. Racialized language, you said, by me saying white people, if they said that they culturally or historically used flannels to exfoliate, are lying. This is a fact. I stick by it. What is the racialized language in that?
I'm gonna find the actual stream.
You're not. You're not though, because you're not gonna find me using. But you're not gonna find me using racialized language. So you're not. But anything you look at is never. You're never gonna find me using racialized language. You're not gonna find it.
Yeah, I will.
You won't. Stop being silly. Like, what's wrong with you? I'm not a racist. I don't use racialized language. What's up with you? Like, that's you. That's your party trick. That's your party trick. That's not mine. I don't speak to them levels. I never have and I never will. I've been called nigger. I've been called all sorts of things to my face and on camera. You will never hear me use that kind of language. It's not in my arsenal. You want to try and drag me down to your levels because you're with a black man and you have no fucking respect for yourself or him. So you say anything that comes to your foul little mouth. Now you want to paint us in the same fucking, like with the same brush. We're not the same.
Some of my white family members about I say to them, right, okay, because the argument is they're trying to tell me flannels are dirty, right? That's their argument. Flannel sponges, these things are dirty because they're holding dirt, they're holding bacteria, right? So I'm just like, all right, cool. So do you use that same policy for your sponges, for your washing up? If we have a lasagna, yeah.
Why are you playing this? This is not. What is this?
And whatever. When that place
what are you playing? You just playing random parts of the stream. Mute up if you're just gonna play random parts, and unmute when you find the part that's relevant. You're just making noise for no reason. Is that what you wanted us to hear? That part? If it was, unmute. Was it that part you wanted us to hear? Right, get a grip then, man, and just play the part you wanted to play. You're just playing random parts of the stream to show us you can play part of the stream. Like, nonsense, man. You don't know when to give up. You're going to keep digging and digging. You will never find it, Jupiter.
Right, here we go.
Never find it. Just find the part where I use racial language. Don't tell me this is where it starts. But what you think you're going to have us doing is listening to 10 minutes of the fucking live stream. Just find the part that is racialized language, then play it. Not where it starts, because you're trying to hear it. You hear it first, then play it back to us. Save us all the embarrassment of you being proven wrong. Fucking hell, what's up with this fucking dance breed, man? Proper blockhead, like I don't know what's up with her, man. Like, no sense. And until now, her ego won't let her say, do you know what? Jedi is smarter than you. You're not even gonna admit it. You've come off mute, so let's hear what you're playing.
I was playing your stream. You said go and get it, and I
where's the racialized language? Where's the racialized language? Play that part.
Well, I'm not going to sit here and go through it all. We might as well go through it together.
So what was the last 2 minutes of what you were playing?
Jupiter, you're not clever. Let's just be real. You're not fucking clever. Like, I don't know why you think you should know. You're not more intelligent
why
than me.
Why are you using any diverting tactic not to listen?
Because you didn't play anything relevant when you played your little clip when you said you had a clip of racism.
Jupiter, listen, I know you're having a nice little game, yeah? It's actually making me consider now what's your actual interest in it? Why would you, as a big woman and a grandmother, want to come on here, say I use racialized language, know the confidence in my chest when I'm telling you
I
don't use
didn't
that
want to
type of
come
language.
on here and say you use
I don't use
racialization.
that.
I came on.
You're interrupting
You're
me.
in a
Stop interrupting me. Stop
conversation.
interrupting me. No. Listen, it's too late in the night for you to interrupt me. I'm making a statement, right? I just want you to play the racialized language you said you would play. Stick to your words. Stick to your word. You said I used racialized language. Play it. You've got the stream there to hand. Play it. Play the racialized language. Don't just play a random clip of the stream and just have us listening and listening and listening. Zero in.
You're listening to the relevant part. You're talking about the
on any part. Zero in on any part. I use racialized language and play it.
Well, you'll hear it
Now,
if you let play.
you now have the part. No, you play it to yourself. What are you talking about? Play it, and once you've got it, then you can play it out loud. Not just play the stream, because we could be talking, or I could be cussing you while you're finding it. Like, let's not waste time.
Look, I'm not playing the whole stream. I've gone to the part where you're talking about the washing.
Now find the racialized language for yourself, and then prove yourself right. Then play it to us. It's how it works. You've been sent to go and look for that. So find it and play it, and find the part that needs to be played out loud. Don't be stupid, man. What a dance breed. Literally. Ain't got two brain cells to rub together. This is how you go looking for evidence. Play it in your head. I bet you read out loud as well. Fucking spaz. Yeah. I bet you can't read without moving your lips.
This is almost painful, man. Jesus Christ.
Fucking zombie. And I'm keep telling her, like, yo, Jupiter, I'm just more intelligent than you. So you're not going to pull the wool over my eyes. Like, what part of that don't you understand? You're not going to pretend like you've got some point. Like the thing is, I know myself morally. So morally, you ain't going to catch me using racialized language. Amongst my people of different races, I might use racialized language with them, to them, whatever. Between us, I might do that. But on a live stream or out in public, I'm never, ever, ever, ever going to use words, deliberately to offend others. There was one day where I had a stream where I used every offensive word that we could find in the dictionary, like racially offensive word, everyone. That's a point of which words offend you, which words don't, blah, 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 blah. It was clearly in a context of saying every word possible. So every
right, you ready for me to play it yet?
Yeah, go on.
Man, we got white people here listening. They can tell us if I'm chatting shit. No, Jedi. When I was growing up, me and all my mates, we all had done. We all exploded every time we had a watch.
That's all in that.
That's a lie,
That's all in that as well.
I've been to multiple jails, multiple jails, multiple gyms, multiple spas. I know I can see who's interested in flannel, sponges, scrubbing, and who's just dropped on the watch. My white family
this is observations.
I say to them, right, okay, but that argument is they're trying to tell me flannels are dirty, right? That's their argument. Flannel sponges, these things are dirty because they're holding dirt, they're holding bacteria, right? So I'm just like, all right, cool. So do you use that same policy for your sponges, for your washing up? If we have a lasagna, if we have a lasagna with some grease in it or whatever, when that plate's done and it's all like kind of reddish,
yeah, I know. She's a bit silly.
The tomato. What do you do?
We've gone past the point that she was trying to make.
I take your hand.
And she's just hoping I say something dumb.
The residue and call that food.
Come on, man. You're wasting our time, Jupiter. Come on.
Liquid on a plate or in a pot, in a pan.
Go up, Jupiter. Admit defeat.
Wait a second, Jedi, wait a second. She's onto something. It's about lasagna. Hold on.
No, she's onto something, definitely, yeah.
Jupiter, let it go, man. Let it go. Admit you were wrong.
Lasagna.
Admit you were wrong.
Let it play or what?
I'm saying, can you find the part where I used racialized language? If you can't, because we've gone past the point.
You just already did. You said it was about white people.
That's not racialized language.
Oh my God.
Yes, it is. And in the context that follows, other people then join in with you and you laugh along. You're all being racist.
Yo, no, for real.
Yeah,
No,
replay
wait,
it.
hold
Yeah.
on.
Hear that shit.
For real, no, for real. 1 second, Jupiter. Come on, Jupiter, man. Like this is just about general credibility now. I never took you to be just a straight shit chatter. Like, come on. I made that observation about my white friends and that, and I said if they could say they use a flannel,
No, you
scrub,
generalized.
hold on. Oh, please listen. They used a flannel, scrubbed or exfoliated on a daily basis. They said they did that when they were growing up. Yeah, I would say that was a lie. There's no racialized language there.
No, you generalized it to all white people.
Yeah.
You even went as far as going and getting a paper to try and back up your claims that white people don't wash.
No, I didn't say that, man. I didn't say that at all.
Yeah, you did.
That's a
You
lie.
said English
I didn't
men.
say white people don't wash.
You
You're
said
chatting so
English
much
men.
shit.
And
I said,
earlier on
no.
this live stream, you admitted that as far as you're concerned, English men means white. You admitted that on this
Oh
stream.
my God, man! I said only white men can be English. Only white men can be Englishmen. Yeah. No, you don't think I'm an Englishman. I don't think I'm an Englishman, and I was born here. So, end of story. We both agree that white men or Englishmen are white men. We both agreed.
No, you were being racist. It was racialized language. It was equally as offensive as any racialized language that went
Jupiter, man. Like honestly,
You're
Jupiter,
reaching.
you have stuck, not even stuck. You have struck a new low, even for you. Conversations
well, I
with
don't
you.
think it's a low.
Sorry, can I finish? Sorry, can I finish? Sorry, I ain't finished speaking. Sorry, I ain't finished speaking. You're being very disrespectful. Not only are you telling lies about me, slandering me, without any evidence. Yeah, you've been given a chance to show evidence. You have no evidence. You're saying I use racialized language, like you use the word nigger. That's racialized language. Yeah. I use no offensive words to describe white people whatsoever. I gave an observation, just like you gave an observation about wigs. I didn't find that racist. I didn't find that racist.
M-word ever.
You excuse me?
I have never called anybody of color the M-word ever.
What are you talking about?
No, I haven't.
I listen.
No, I haven't.
I ain't got time for you, Jupiter. I ain't got time for you. You were supposed to be proving me using racialized language. Everybody is aware of your racism and your racialized language that you use.
Oh,
and
yeah,
your
I've used racialized language.
Sorry, can I finish speaking?
I agree. I've used racialized language.
Can I finish speaking? Right? I, on the other hand, do not use racialized language. That's the thing.
You did. Yeah, but you did.
Right? I didn't. I said white. I just said nothing offensive. I gave an opinion.
Very offensive.
I was not insulting. I used no ad hominem. I did not attack any group. I gave my observation.
You did. You attacked the white group. And under the Equalities Act,
there was no
2010,
there was no attack.
Someone says it's racist, it must be perceived as so.
Say that again?
Under the Equalities Act, 2010, if someone says it's racist, it must be perceived as so. You have no right to tell white people when they're being offended.
I think you're racist.
All right.
As you told me when it was in the reverse. In fact, you were the person that schooled me on this, Jedi.
To score a point, yeah, you would say anything, Jupiter. And that just means that literally, like, your credibility in when it comes to argumentation, because obviously these are all being recorded. So this is like in the Hall of Fame now, right? Like your level of dishonesty, your level of inability to admit the truth and to try and walk and turn like use language and all these type of things to try and get one over shows you have no moral you talking about character.
Trying to get one
second, sorry, can I finish? One second, please. I'm not gonna lie to you, yeah. Your interruptions have become like so tedious, and it's another thing that's shown your lack of IQ. Yeah, like Jupiter, seriously, you are more. I think, Jupiter, please. I know your ego is being crushed, so you have to answer to everything I say. But if you could give me the decency,
still believe that I've got a big ego.
If you could give me the decency to finish saying what I'm saying, I will hand the mic over to you. Right? You have zero interest in the truth, in being honest or being real. Having a conversation. Oh, here we go again. Everything I say, you answer. Having a conversation with you is as futile as putting a chocolate fucking teapot on to boil. It's long. There's nothing productive coming out of this. Yeah, a few poxy views, you know, and I know I could do without the fucking views if it means speaking to you on a daily basis where you lead us up this garden path where you can't even be real. The one bonus about today's shows is it's succinctly exposed your stupidity and your base level of IQ. I've shown it. I've proved it. S has proved it. Maku's proved it. It's been proved multiple times today exactly how dumb you are. Yeah, so I'm happy to call an end to this conversation because I will be streaming in the morning. It's 1 o'clock. I'm gonna bum my spliff and go about my business. You, young lady, have nothing more to say. You're not really intelligent. Get some sleep. If you want to come back in the morning and try again, you're more than welcome, right? But apart from that, it's a waste of everyone's time. What you just done now is embarrassed yourself with the racialized language argument. You've embarrassed yourself and proven how dishonest you are. If you think it's racist, then it's racist by
damage limitation.
Right? You've damaged yourself. You're damaging yourself. How could you, with a sane mind, think you've inflicted damage here today? Like,
yes, I have.
Sickness has possessed your cerebral cortex where you think you've dealt damage today. Oh my God, Jupiter, God bless you. I wish you all the fucking best. I hope you jump back on again because you are fucking entertaining. But anything other than that,
I wish you the best. And I hope that you come to terms with the fact that you're no better than what you call out.
Dumpy, this woman is the dumpy in this sister got was just ridiculous. And
Jupiter,
Jupiter,
I'm still talking.
Imagine you're battling someone, yeah, and you're trying to you're kind of rooting for them as well. I'm like, come on, Jupiter, it's like, come on, Jupiter. That last little bit, that last little 10 minutes is a good analogy. It's a good metaphor. It's a good example of what arguing with Jupiter is. Like, it's actually mad scary. Like, I hope you all heard this. 177 people. Be honest. Did she make a good point? Be honest, man. And anyone else that says, "Oh yeah, she made a good point," you know what? You're allowed your opinion in it, but I don't think you can get any more biased or any more incorrect than saying that Jupiter done damage. It's up to you, lot, man. Whatever. But the truth is the truth. This woman is a proper serial liar, and she'll fight for it as well. She's a great troll, but it's sad when there's nothing underneath it. Wow. You lot just should change Jupiter's name to Dunce from now on. She's just a dunce, man. She's just a dunce, and I want her to have more layers to her argument so we can have a good convo. But it's just not there. It's not there. Every time, every door I opened, there was nothing there. It was empty. Every cupboard door I opened, empty. Fucking hell, man. But she's really good at the freestyling. So you just said, how do you do that, Jupes? How do you how do you just do that? And then she tried to she wanted to play the recording so that anything that happens, any contention or any topics that come up in the recording, she's gonna try to draw for that, and then we all gonna jump on that and forget what we was even talking about, forget even how we got there. We start arguing about a different point on the recording. Jupiter, man, this is why I feel like you're mad comfy on G Block and not very comfy here. Cause I would turn you inside out in front of your man, big ups to Uncle Hector. But Like the despicable fucking nature of allowing this woman to tell you that you're a true African, you're a true Nigerian, and somebody else from the same land as you isn't. Her of all people. That's fucking cheeky. I would never dream of telling somebody who a true Englishman is. Yeah? Oh, you were born in America, or you were born in France, or you were born in a plane, or you were born in Ireland, or you were born in Scotland, you're not a true Englishman. Make it make sense. I'm not going to tell them that. That's for them to decide what it is. What I will tell you is, I'm not English, I'm not British. They get angry when you tell them you're not English or not British, and then they continue to show you how un-English and how un-British you are. Then you're going to say it's racialized language when I say white people, or if I use the term English people. Now that's racialized language. But in her category of racialized language, hacky and nigger, these words exist. So you're going to say that calling someone English or referring to somebody as white is racialized language, and so in the same category as nigger, yeah? That's what we're doing out here. This is literally the logic you spew, and you want people to take you seriously. It's in an embarrassment. You took an L today, and I think the best thing you could have done is just left, because and this is why you can't really come and argue on my platform like that, because you're gonna get undressed. You know what I mean? You're gonna get shown up. Even if I have to tell everybody on the panel, I beg you just mute and just let me deal with you. I would do that, and I'll take the time to be patient and dissect you. I never think you're gonna play a stream of me saying what? Yeah, you said white people, and you said that you. And then when you're listening to me, I'm putting in more detail in the playback than I did in me recording it. So you must be pissed. Yeah? Because I'm putting in more detail, like, yo, yeah, if it's a flannel scrubbing, if they're saying to me that back in the days, them and their people used to use this and that and this and that, and if they say that to me today, then I'll say they're lying. Her version was, oh, all white people are dirty. White people don't wash. That's her level of comprehension. How would I even turn around and say that when I was the one telling you that I know dirty black people, I know dirty Indians, I know like what do you know what I mean? I was telling you that there's dirty people from every race. In fact, that was probably the part you didn't play just before I said that. Was admitting to there being dirty people everywhere, dirty people from every race. You probably played it from just after that. If I can recall, I'm sure I made a disclaimer before I even made that statement. And it's sad that you got to make full disclaimers and add little caveats into what you're saying. But I'm long in the tooth enough to know that people like Jupiter will take what you said out of context and try to spin it and have a bag of zombies run around saying, "Oh, Jedi's racist. Yeah, I heard it." How Jupiter gets to point the finger at anyone that's racist, I don't get it. I feel no shame if Jed is more articulate, which is debatable. Well, at the end of the day, yeah, it's just the nuance. At the end of the day, it's the nuance. There's zero articulation in your argument. Zero articulation, Jupiter. So don't ever try to compare yourself. Who's got the big ego now? Why can't you just accept Jedi's more articulate than you? Does it hurt you? Does it burn you? Why can't you? You're the one with no ego, or you got your ego on rap, yeah. So why don't you just say, oh, you know what? Jedi is smarter than me. Doesn't like you can't admit that, can you? Does it hurt? Yeah, you stay in the chats and type away with your little Twitter fingers. You're burnt. And you know this is what I do best. I burn people in their soul. I brand your soul. You're gonna join the rest of my little duppy clique with the fucking J on their soul. Yeah, running around, following me everywhere I go. Clinking your fucking chains like the dude out of fucking Scrooge. Yeah? You join the list of duppies, and I've duppied you many times before. Yeah? And this is what I do. Like that's it. This is what I do. And this is why in a year's time you'll be like, why do you hate Jedi so much? Remember today. Why do you how come what did Jedi ever do to you? Them are the pussies, them are the cult. Them men are dumb. Them men are no IQ. Them men are... Jedi's a bully, man. He was bullying people. You know why I came back to get you? Because you actually tried to sum up the evening as if you didn't get duppied first by me. You had to that you was getting rushed. Even when I asked everyone to mute up everything, and I beat you up solidly for about 20-25 minutes, you was just getting beaten up. And then you went through the rest of the man them, and you tried to turn around and act like you won something. Fucking sick man. Can't play back the exchange before that. You got Brock up, man. Yeah. Anybody that wants to see this stream, it's available on Jedi Online. It's entitled. It's entitled Mighty Motivational Monday After Dark. It's on Jedi Online. It's on private right now as I record. But as soon as I get off, it'll be available for you lot to watch. All right, man. Listen, man. I gotta go to sleep. I gotta go to sleep.
Just before we go. But,
I don't want to wake up looking like Jupiter. I'm out. Get me?
Yeah.
I can leave
Big old family.
Oh, enough on that Illuminati
YouTube
panel.
My bro just sent me. They said it. My bro just sent me this earlier, and it when I jumped on.
I've gone off on that Illuminati YouTube panel.
He sent me that earlier, so I jumped on. I was like, what's going on? What am I missing?
What did he say? He said he's going off, yeah?
Yeah, he's like, he's going off on that panel, man. I jumped on you and you just all roasting Jupiter.
Yeah, Jupiter. Listen, Jupiter, you can't hide behind the whole nonchalant thing. You're 60. Yeah, you can't hide behind being nonchalant. You're up with your husband's involved. You can't pretend to be nonchalant.
We send him to bed.
You don't have police issues, all sorts of issues regarding live streaming. You're fully invested, fully invested. So let's not pretend like you don't care. Yeah, you don't spend hours of your time doing stuff you don't care about. You fucking care. You care more than the average. What is more concerning to you is letting people have the impression, or making people have the impression that you don't care, which just shows how much you do care. Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna burn my zoot.
Peace out.
Big old family.
Yeah, gentlemen.
Yeah,
I
man.
mean,
Be good,
right?
guys.
Big ups to everyone. Have a good night.
Big up, brother.
Even big up to Jupiter for providing the late entertainment. Big ups to everyone. Some of the conversations today were so fucking banging. Like the one about submitting. I fucking enjoyed that.
Yeah. Squam was a good one. I like Squam.
Squam. Yeah, Nine killed it today. She was a great person on here. There's so much good people on here, man. Big ups to everyone. It was a great conversation, man. Yeah, man. And yeah, Jupiter, man. I suppose you just got to wait for G Block to open back up, because that's the only place you get destroyed everywhere else. Like, to be fair, come on, man. You know what I mean? And the only person you got to really back you, and he's even been sarcastic, is Triller. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. It's mad. Big up Triller. Big up everyone in the chat.
Yeah, man.
Peace out, Charles.
Yeah.
Love and peace, guys.
Just ordered some new flannels. Hey, man. Fucking hell, man. All right, man. Yeah, man. We definitely gone. Big up everyone. Whether you agreed with us, whether you disagreed, you're all welcome. Hit the like button on your way out. And yeah, we'll be back tomorrow morning, man. So yeah, peace, man. I'll be back tomorrow.